What up?
All right. Enough of this gosh darn music. Sorry to butt in here, but it's late and we got to start off this whole thing right away because I don't know how long we're going to be on. I don't know if Stu's going to be on for a while
Bomb
here. So,
squad.
well, all right. Well, listen. By the way, Regan, I start try to get into a quiet place, man, or mute the mic if you're not going to talk, or when you don't talk, because there's a lot of background noise there. I see Stu. When Stu comes
Bomb
back,
squad got bomb squad.
the hell happened, man? All right, well, hold on. First of all, let's see what you had. First of all, thank you everybody for joining us. And everybody joining us, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We're gonna be opening up the phone line so you can call in, or we're gonna be putting up a StreamYard link so you can call in if you're outside of North America and you can join us and tell us what happened. Let's see if your prediction turned out okay or your thoughts on the fight as well. We want to hear about it. Don't forget you can donate via the super chat feature. And but what we really ask of you is to subscribe and all that good stuff. Hit the thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. All right, recognize Fury by majority decision. That was your. What the hell? Hold on a second. I'm having trouble here with the fucking.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you can. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I keep trying to invite people, and then it sends me to another room.
Yeah, you just kicked me out when you invited him. Yeah.
Okay, well I'm. Geez, Stu, come back in, man. All right. All right, here he's back there. Stu, you back there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now stay here, man. Stay here. No matter who I call, you gotta stay here. All right. All right. So I was gonna ask recognize about his fucking prediction, but Stu keeps falling off, man. What's going on? Stu, can you hear me? Stu,
You keep kicking me out.
I'm not kicking you out, man. I'm not kicking you out. Maybe it's because
every time you add someone, it's kicking me out.
Okay. Well, even if you get kicked out, come back in, all right? I think it's because until a third person comes in. Butch is fucking probably partying because he just won a bet, he told me. And Recognize keeps falling off. All right, Michael Stott, shout out to Michael. He says, cheers to those who picked Fury to win. All right, thank you. Michael, thank you for the contribution. As you can tell, I'm a little bit unhinged here because this is a late night podcast. Shout out to Endgame who donated with a super chat too, and he says, "Vinnie Mac, Dead Game X, where you at?" Come on, we're not gonna. Yeah. We gotta be gracious in our picks.
No, I'm not. I'm not. What about all these fucking clowns that laughed at me when I said round 7 Fury stoppage? I told you the ref would step in. I told you Wilder wouldn't quit on his shield. The ref would step in and stop the fight. I told you take it to Wilder. He'd fall to pieces. His shape would go. His technique would go out the window. His tank would empty. I told you the extra 20 pounds of muscle would be a hindrance to him. All you fucking experts laughing at me. Where are you now? Eh? Where are you now?
You got to admit, though.
I couldn't have predicted this fight better if I had fucking Biff Tannen's betting book in my pocket. Like I said, mate, got it spot on. I told you, mate, the Gypsy King, people underestimating Fury's power. Look, this Ben Davison got far too much credit. The fucking great Ben Davison game plan. Yeah, that almost got him killed on the night. Get out of here, man. I told you, mate, go with the Stu Little game plan. And simple as that, really. I mean, boxing's quite simple sometimes. Sometimes you guys try to make boxing a little bit too difficult. Try to, make it sound more difficult than it is. Like I said, I could tell you, I knew Wilder couldn't fight at that pace. And as soon as Fury put it on him and made him work at a reasonable pace, the tank emptied. Like I said, the speed in his shots was completely gone.
Were you surprised though at how quickly he fell? He folded. Because I mean, by the 4th round after the knockdown, he never recuperated. Do you think he had a busted eardrum with all that bleeding?
Yeah, well, you don't bleed from the ear if you haven't got a busted eardrum. And anyone who's had a busted eardrum knows you can barely stand. You've got your fucking moon boots on. Your balance goes. There's no way you can really. Once I saw the ear bleeding, it was just a matter of time for me. And that's a destruction. For me, I don't even want to see a rematch. That was a one-sided fucking beatdown, an ass whooping of the highest order. And, right now, I think Wilder needs to regroup because like a beating like that takes a lot out of a fighter. I mean, that weren't competitive. I mean, this is what I mean. Where's all the Ben Davison fangirls, eh? Mm-hmm. Telling me about this game plan that Fury should have stuck to the game plan that Ben Davison had. Yeah, everyone got himself killed again. Yeah, right. Well, we saw what happens when you go and try and win the fight by throwing punches, not on the back foot fucking trying to pop shot your way to a points win and get caught. No, he took it to Wilder from the start. That's how you go and win a title in someone else's backyard, away from home. Brilliant performance. Really proud of Tyson Fury. The UK baby got all the belts now.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Sorry about that. I'm opening up the phone.
You're calling back into a live show. We are
I gotta ask you
reconnecting.
though. Do you think? I hate to do this, but I mean, if the shoe were on the other foot, if those who were picking Wilder and those who were making fun of, like, say, your pick or Bucho's pick, do you think they'd be gracious, or do you think they'd be, you know?
This is what I'm saying. I mean, you got the thing with boxing fans, fucking narcissists of the highest order. They believed that they knew what was going to happen. They had this crystal ball, and they knew what was going to happen, and they laughed at anyone that predicted a different outcome to what they thought. But you know, I got laughed at, for saying Fury stoppage in the 7th round. Now who's laughing? Me. Just like I told you at the end of the fight. Come
Wait
see
a minute.
me.
You don't sound like
Like
you're laughing. You sound like you're.
I'm
angry.
crowing here. I'm crowing. I don't mean to crow, but I'm going to crow. I soon get the shit when I get it wrong, so I'm going to crow when I get it right.
Man, that's yeah. Listen, hey, you and well, actually, yeah. Okay, I didn't even pay attention to what round we were at when the fight ended. What round was it exactly?
The 7th round.
So okay, so Stu called it down to a T. Now the other guy that was confident in his pick was other than Tyson Fury's father was Bucho, and I gotta give it up to him. He had no doubts about his pick. I kept telling him because I wanted to see if he broke, and I said, "Listen, Bucho, are you sure you don't? You know, you." And he goes, "Nope, and he wasn't kidding.
Bucho, mate. Bucho showed a lot of heart. Bucho showed a lot of heart because he stayed by his convictions, and the heat was on him. He was getting a bit of stick, and all the experts in the chat were getting onto us because they knew better. And look, we stuck by our guns, and we believed in Tyson Fury, man. We weren't just spouting sound bites. We're gonna. I believe that the Fury could get the stoppage. I believe that he was going to be in better shape. That was the worst Tyson Fury you're ever likely to see, and Wilder couldn't beat him on that night. What makes you think he's going to beat him on his best night? And now he's got that crunk power from Detroit. There's no, like I say, he's like an American muscle car now, like a Ford Shelby Mustang. That's what Tyson Fury is, man.
You want to go?
I'm going to tell you who almost got it perfect. It was Tyson Fury himself. When he says he was going for the knockdown in the 2nd round, he actually did with the monstrous overhand right hand.
Well, hold on. Before we continue, let me just go to the chat room real quick. It's going by fast tonight. Somebody's already getting timed out. Yeah. Oh, the fight scout was timed out. What did the fight scout say, Stu?
Because it's 6 o'clock in the morning now. I don't need whiny little bitches around me. I'm whining already. Calling me a narcissist. Yeah, damn right I'm a narcissist. I got it right. I called it spot on. I told you that muscle that Wilder put on would slow him down massively, and it would drain the tank.
Oh, sorry.
Wilder is a fine-tuned athlete. You can't be messing around with his weight like that. He's not a big heavyweight. He is a cruiserweight blowing up.
All right, I missed the super chat. Santos Romo, shout out to Santos, who said, "Gypsy King, everybody laughed at Stu." All right, thank you, Santos, for your contribution. Really appreciate it. Then we got, hold on a second. We got Bay Area Boxing saying, hold on. Wilder got beat like Rodney King, says Bay Area Reborn. Oh, come on. See that? We don't need.
Come on, man. We don't want that.
I appreciate the contribution there, Bay Area, but I mean, that comment, come on. Diego Bandido says fist. All right. Shout out to Diego Bandido too. Oh, fist bump. Yeah, sure. Everybody. I'm going to read the predictions that everybody got right. Because I mean, you guys deserve credit. But before we do that, let's go. You guys want to take a phone call real quick? Somebody's been waiting for 3 minutes, sir. All right,
sure.
Let's go. All right, 470. You're on the air. 470. Oh, hold on. All right.
To talk to you guys. Can you
guys
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Go ahead, Taylor.
Go
ahead.
I've been calling in the past few days to talk to you guys about the fight, and it's just, this is probably one of the only excuses on the internet.
Who's that with that soundbite, man?
No, sorry. That's every time somebody donates. Sorry about that.
I was going to say, man. Come on, man.
give me 2 seconds. Just every time somebody donates, that's the. Luis Ortiz just donated with a super chat. The real Luis Ortiz, and he says, "Thanks for avenging me, Tyson." All right, caller. First of all, can you identify yourself? Have you identified yourself in the past so I can?
This is Chris. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Oh, Chris. Yeah. Did you give your prediction? Because I was calling you Chris before.
Oh, I've been giving my prediction. I predicted that Fury's weight, would be too much for Wilder, and Wilder putting on that weight would slow him down. I predicted Fury. This has probably been one of the only refuges on the internet where you can go your show and with actual reasonable people. Watching the first fight, I really don't. There was no logical reason to pick Deontay Wilder, other than him landing the right hand and getting lucky. Fury came into the first fight. He'd been off for 3 years. He lost 140 pounds of weight, and somehow the media changed the narrative into Fury had Fury had 3 great training camps. Fury was in shape. Wilder won the fight. And the pressure that was being put on people to pick Wilder, to say Wilder was going to win, it was just unbelievable. I'm just happy with this victory. I'm happy that Tyson Fury was able to show his skills, to the American audience. Tyson Fury is somebody I've been watching from the United States. I watched his fights over in the UK since his first fight with Derek Chisora. So I've always been impressed, and it's just unfortunate you got all these quote unquote experts in the media who don't know the fighters, who don't watch the fighters, who don't know what they're talking about. So
what about these caller? What about the experts that told us that taking it to Fury was dangerous and it was a ridiculous game plan? He should stick to what he did before. All these fucking, these experts like David Haymaker Hay and people like him. I mean, David Hay would have got Tyson Fury knocked out tonight if he was in the corner. I can assure you that now. He would have got him knocked out, just like the rest of them. Look, it's amazing how people like us, just normal boxing fans, working class boxing fans, can ring in on this show and come out with tactics and a game plan that can beat Deontay Wilder. Because we know a little bit about the sport. We can come out with a game plan to beat him. Yet these fucking experts, they can't see it. I mean, look.
Well, a little bit.
Wilder's got a long road back. That was a beating, a bad beating. That's not just a split decision. That's not just a bad referee and stoppage. That's a terrible beating.
By the way,
and let's be real. I mean, he did well to last to the 7th.
Can I just say something real quick? Oh shit! Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Because I had to disconnect my mic here. Mr. E, I missed his super chat. He says, "No race stuff. This is a victory for boxing BDA #1." Listen, this is a victory for boxing fans. Who, I mean, it was a great fight. It was an upset for sure. I mean, I didn't expect the stoppage. I know some of the guys here picked it, but I didn't. So good for everybody, man. And Wilder was very gracious in defeat. I mean, I didn't expect anything less from him. BDA Boxing says, okay, we already saw that one. All right, so thank you, Mr. E, for that. And somebody else just donated. It was Bay Area again, who says, "I wish Wilder well. He looked in bad shape." Yeah, caller, real quick.
Well, just about the race comment quickly. I mean, I didn't think it was. There was no really race to the build-up, apart from what the media were trying to stir. But let's be real. Just look at the song entrance that Wilder came into. Just listen to the lyrics. I mean, we think we know what Wilder, where he's coming from with that entrance song. And luckily for us, we see him get his fucking ass totally whooped after it, and he deserved it for bringing that shit into it. Like I said, Wilder can take his little racist fucking victim card, racist card, fangirls, and go missing for a while, and let us boxing fans enjoy the sport. Get this toxic race bullshit out. Listen. If Deontay Wilder got the win, there's no way I'd be coming on here all upset because a black man won. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we've got to see the back of it.
Listen, we got hold on, Gonzalo. Sorry, but we got a whole bunch of phone calls on waiting for. So, caller, just real quick, somebody in the chat room is asking, do you guys really think that was a good performance? Last thing, caller, what do you think about that? Was it a good performance, or was it, as the guy says, just not a good one?
Performance from Wilder or
from Fury?
From Fury. I don't understand the question.
I think he's saying for Fury. I think he's asking.
Great performance. He showed Tyson Fury showed that his boxing mind is his boxing IQ is a level above everybody else. He saw what happened in the first fight, he internalized it, he analyzed it. He got a new trainer. He trained different. He put on weight. It just shows that Fury is his dad, his team. They're just on another level. And that's, to me, that was the most impressive thing, was he saw what happened in the first fight. He saw what he needed to do and to change. And in spite of all these people who said it was crazy to put on weight, it was crazy to go after Wilder, he proved all these people wrong. So I got to give him massive credit for that.
Look, the thing is, people are saying it's crazy to go after Wilder because, he knocks people out. But Wilder's, like I said, I've been saying for months, Wilder's been able to fight at a slow pace where he can just pick and choose his moments. That pace Fury put on him, he fell to pieces. Like I told you he would. Bullies fall to pieces when you put them on it. Just go through the history of boxing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, can I just say something? I saw that there was some interesting parallels between this fight and the Anthony Joshua fight with the tempo shot that he never regained his equilibrium, but this was worse. He busted his eardrum and he stopped him in the 7th. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Just so people, if any of these little fangirls want to cry about the eardrum, Carl Froch fought John Pascal in a war with a burst eardrum. Probably fought 7-8 rounds and won the fight. Went to war with him, and you've only got to go and watch that fight. So don't want to hear. Yes, it was a bad injury. The guy was bleeding through the fucking ear, but that's boxing.
No, but that was a legitimate punch. It's all fair and square.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah, that's boxing.
The punch, if he took out his equilibrium and made him bleed from the ear, he credit the Fury because that was a monster right hand, and he called that he was going to go for the knockout in the 2nd round, and that's when he landed the punch.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's him and his father, man. I think Tyson Fury listened to his father and said, "You know what? I think the old man might have a point here." All right, caller, listen, we gotta go. We got other phone calls, but thank you for calling in. Thank you for giving us your opinion, and hope you enjoy the fight, man.
All right, guys, take care.
All right, take it easy, Chris. Have a good night. All right, let's go real quick to 407. 407, you're on the line. 407.
All right. Hey, guys. It's been a while, but Boricua's back, and I am so happy. I'm sorry I didn't give my predictions or haven't been on the show for a bit, but I am so glad that Wilder just got battered because, I'm just tired of hearing that man's mouth run. The only reason why I think why I let Fury run his mouth is because he's actually funny about it, but Wilder, he's just ridiculous. So I'm glad he got battered to a bloody pulp, and I wish it was a little worse, like maybe a cut or something.
Well, he got a busted eardrum, man. I mean, that's bad right there.
But that's not even a rematch call.
Yeah, and when
you cannot have a destruction like that and call for a rematch. You just can't. It's rematches are when it's close or when. But Wilder would be stupid to want that again.
Yeah, he's got it because he's got it in the clause for the loser.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to take it. No fighter's forced to take a fight. If I was in Wilder's team, I'd take a step back. I'd let him recover from that injury. Let him get his confidence back. That's going to suck. When you got to remember, unbeaten fighters, when they lose that 0, there's some fighters that just never come back. They're never the same. I'm hoping Wilder can come back. I'm hoping Wilder can be a champion again. I'm just hoping that you don't take it off a British fighter. Let's be real. But look.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look, I told you, man. I mean, everyone kept going on about this weight with Fury, but I told you Wilder's weight was even more alarming to me. You've only got to look how much pace was taken off the shot. Like I said, because he telegraphs his shot, he relies on speed and the fucking very stiff, very robotic. It was like that muscle made him like Anthony Joshua in there against Ruiz, just very stiff and robotic and very telegraphing his shots, and that was an easy night's work.
Hold on, let's
Fury was in 3rd gear.
Boricua, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Honestly, not only was the eardrum bad, but when he went to the corner and started just pouring out blood like no tomorrow from his mouth to the bucket, I was like, bro, this ain't going to end well for him. Like, once I saw that, I knew it was over. Now, honestly, what I want to see next, just forget the trilogy. And I feel like Fury should just go to England and have a undisputed fight with Joshua so all the British fans can enjoy that.
What do you guys think? You think Joshua steps up now? Maybe he has more confidence. Yeah, go ahead.
Fury said he didn't want to fight him. Hopefully he doesn't follow through with that.
Listen, it's the only logical step for money. We got G Boogie is also on the... what? We got G Boogie and we got Stu. But Stu, what do you think? Do you think he should go? Do you think it's the only logical step to go to all British matchup, a derby, if you will?
That's the next fight. That's the next fight. take it to the bank. That trilogy is not going to happen. Wilder can't go back in. That was a destruction. That wasn't even close. Wilder needs to regroup again. I don't think look, Wilder's teammate's stupid. They won't call for that again. Because if he gets another hiding like that, there's no turning back for him. You know, coming back from one hiding is bad enough in boxing, but to come back from two, and let's be real, he lost the first one as well. If there was a fucking god out there, then really Wilder should be 2-0 up, and Fury should be 2-0 up. So I don't want to see another one. I mean, if we can't, I mean, who's the best man out the 24 rounds you've seen of these two guys fighting? Who would you say was the best man?
Well, I would have to say Tyson Fury, man. Caller, what do you think?
There you go. There's no questions anymore. We know the best guy is. Move on. Let's get the Joshua fight. Let Wilder fight Andy Ruiz or Jared Miller. That's a good fight for him. Bounce back fight. If he comes through that, then he can have the winner of Tyson Fury Joshua.
Or Charles Martin. Nice little tune-up, right?
Oh, I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear Charles Martin's name. You might as well bring back Frank Bruno.
All right, I was just saying. Hey, by the way, caller, what do you think? Do you agree with that? I mean, screw a third fight. Just go straight for the Joshua fight. You think that's what's going to happen? I mean, you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it should happen. Like, honestly, like, we just got the heavyweights back. Like, stuff like this is bringing the heavyweights back. And I feel like this British man got the heavyweights talking again. So let's just give props to the British and let them have their fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, listen, we're being flooded with phone calls here. So anything else you want to say before we move on?
I hope nothing but the best for the LDVC because Johnny Boy's about to murder those guys.
Oh yeah, Johnny Boy's gonna he takes no prisoners. Look, I mean, we're trying to be humble here.
As long as they don't look, Deontay Wilder deserves credit, right? The guy's fucking. He put his belts on the line, put his life on the line. I don't want to hear people giving Wilder shit. He just weren't good enough on the night, which I knew he wouldn't be. Let's just go after his fans. They're the ones that have made it toxic. They're the ones that have, come on here and belittle Tyson Fury. So just give it. I don't want to see Wilder getting shit and mocked and memed on the internet. I don't like to see fighters.
Stu,
going for it.
I like to interject on that.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's Black History Month. Yes, Deontay Wilder lost. Yes, he did have Free from 8th Mile coming out singing for him. But they were making it a black and white thing, which that was kind of a bad narrative, even though I understand his point, but they should have stood away from that.
Just be
just
humble and vigilant.
They should have been two men just coming in the ring to fight for a championship. But
Fight Scout mentioned something. Fight Scout mentioned. I didn't see the walk-in, but because I was preparing the stream just in case it ended early, and I saw Fight Scout was saying something about that, like, they're trying to inject race into the fight, and I said, here we go. But listen, like Stu said, it's more the fans of Wilder that were really just making things.
Like I said, it is.
Yeah. In the end of the day, they can't complain either. And what I mean by this is that Mark Breland, who is a black man, not JD, stopped the fight. So there's no excuses from the fan side for that. And the referee as well. The referee, he played his part.
Look, Kenny Bayless, obviously the guy that likes to take backhanders. I mean, he's got a secret bank account in Switzerland. That's fucking crooked bastard, right?
I agree with you, Stu.
Look, Kenny Bayless, right, would have let Wilder die in the ring that night. So to get his little fucking backhander at the end of the night. Look, Mark Breland knows what he's doing. He knows more about boxing than most of us, or probably all of us on here. He's been in there. He knows when a fighter's got nothing left. He knows when a fighter can get seriously hurt. You got to remember, this is heavyweight boxing. You've got a guy in there with a burst eardrum. His balance is all over the place. It makes you feel sick. When you have a burst eardrum, you get all dizzy and you feel sick. Your balance goes. You can't even feel your feet. How can you fight a man like Tyson Fury at his best when you feel like, get him out of there and bring him back for another day? You could have got him seriously hurt there that night, and there would have been no coming back for him.
The theory that some people were saying was that they had so much confidence in his power that they were willing to give him 2 more rounds. But you're right, man. Like Andrew Ward said, even when he was stumbling all over the place, they never asked him, "Are you okay? Do you want me to stop?" Like, you know what I mean? Like they never told him, "Listen, 1 more round and I'm stopping it." It was
the thing is, this what happens when you surround yourself with
Ward. I give Andre Ward props for actually bringing that out.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you surround yourself with yes men. You've got to have the right team around you. You've got to have that guy that's willing to say, look, it's not your night tonight. You know, we'll come back another day. I mean, you've got to have that, and you can't be sitting there letting your fighter get hurt because you're too scared to pull him out because you think you might lose your job or your little. It's look.
Okay. I could have killed him, and I don't think that
Yes.
a lighter version of a Wilder competing against a 270 guy that's willing to swing with all his might would do Fairbury any better.
Look,
Yeah.
Wilder
He'd probably get knocked out again.
Wilder could barely hit Fury when Fury was just coming back from a long layoff. He was all flab, wasn't he? There was no muscle on the guy. The guy was a mess to look at. And Wilder was in. I know Wilder was a little bit too light, but Wilder's probably at his best when he is light because he's quick and he's athletic and he relies on that. When you start piling muscle on him, you know, I said to you, it'd be a hindrance to the guy. And it was. I mean, he couldn't land that right all night. He looked slow, to be honest with you. Loads of speed taken off him.
Hey, Stu, it was like what I said when Joshua fought Ruiz, when Joshua was packing up that muscle and he needed to come down, drop all that muscle weight, and look what happened.
All right, guys, let me just say real quick. I gotta take care of a couple of things here. First of all, caller, thank you for calling. We're gonna move on, Boricua, to the next call, but thank you for calling. Oh, he already hung up. Okay. Second of all, I missed a couple of super chats here, so real quick. Bay Area Boxing, shout out to Barry again. I think he's gonna be our top donor this month. UK, okay. He's saying UK is USA's daddies. Lennox Lewis and Fury beat their heroes. Again, he can't stop. Thank you for the contribution there, Bay Area, but I mean, you gotta stop making it all about nations and then race and all that.
Because like I said, you like to give the UK stick, but if you want one of them heavyweight bouts, you better fucking make a flight to the UK and come and find one, boy. You know, because we've got them all in the cabinet. We've got them all in the cabinet now. We call the shots now.
Stu's the big.
Now let's be real. Like, I'm pleased with Fury. Obviously, he's a British guy. I'm pleased for him. You know, but I just wanted a good fight tonight. You know, I wanted. I was happy with the fight being made. You know, at the end of the day, the two best guys got it on. That's what we want in boxing. We can't ask for no more. At the end of the day, Deontay Wilder was appalling on the night. I just don't like it when every time Wilder has a bad performance or he doesn't get someone out of there, there's some excuse that happened in training, some injury that he's carrying, some illness that he's got. You know, I don't like that. Just admit that you got it wrong. You got the size wrong. Your attitude was, I've just got to land that right. I told you, strolling around the ring with your arm pulled back like he was against Ortiz was never going to be enough against Fury. I mean, Fury just brings so many different dimensions to one-dimensional Luis Ortiz who fights in burst and is slow when he does it. I mean, let's be real. Too much taken into that Ortiz performance. Ortiz is an old man. Most people will do that to him. You know,
you guys can see it.
Wilder got happy with that right hand, and you know, you got to beat Fury. You've got to have a bit more on the right hand.
You guys can see it, but I'm looking at Stu on the webcam here, and he's strutting around his living room like a rooster. He's really feeling his oats now. All right, real quick.
His robe on.
Yeah, he's got the robe. Yeah, he's got the royal colors on. All right, hold on, real quick. We got to get a whole bunch of things out of the way. Chris K, shout out to Chris K, aka Undercover Asian, who says no stoppage would have ended Fury would have ended Wilder's career. All right, shout out to Chris K. Yeah, I think that was a beating, man. I mean, he wasn't eating that many shots in the beginning, but then he was just he looked unhealthy in there, man. He was wobbling all over the place. Real quick, hold on.
Come on, man. Every time he took a shot, he was all over the shot, man.
Hold on, let me just.
I like that.
Hold on, guys. Let me just finish reading the super chats, please. We gotta get a lot to get to. Sakib Rafiq, shout out to Sakib. He says Wilder's 34. He can't even have a 1-year layoff. Yeah, I think he's saying he can't afford to have a 1-year layoff. All right, shout out to Sakib. Sorry, okay, let's start with Stu. He was going to say something. Stu, you were going to say something about the beating, right? Like he was out on his feet.
Yeah, but the alarming thing about it, he was getting rocked with not even powerful shots, you know, just basically jabs and stuff. I mean, he got dropped with a body shot, and it weren't like one of them body shots that takes all the wind off you. Just one that he just hit him one to the solar plex and he just fell over. Like he just had nothing in his legs. I mean, he claimed that he had a leg injury, but I'm not buying that. The thing is, his legs went. His legs went when his eardrum went. That's what happens. Like I said, when you've had a punctured eardrum, your fucking legs go underneath you, and he was never going to win after that. But Fury burst that eardrum. It's not like he came into the fight with a burst eardrum. Fury did that, unless. Look, it was a brilliant performance from Fury. I just had a feeling that he was going to go in there with that game plan and put it on Wilder.
Stu, Yeah,
Go ahead.
I concur what you was talking about because a lot of people said, or Deontay Wilder's corner was complaining, saying he was hitting him behind the back of the ear when he landed that flush right hand to Deontay Wilder's left ear. That's where he discombobulated him and
Yeah.
blew his
Oh, without
eardrum
a
out.
shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. But
Yeah,
you
it
know,
ruptured
I don't. Go
it
ahead,
ruptured
Kendall.
his eardrum. It was interesting. I like the last move when they threw in the towel. How he did that stutter step. You know, he feinted with his foot and his shoulder. Then he stepped back. Then he really went into it with the jab and the overhand.
Yeah.
That was
But
like he showed speed.
this is how spot on I got this. I even told you that Deontay Wilder would. I told you he wouldn't get knocked out with one shot. I told you he wouldn't quit. He didn't quit. His corner did it for him. He would have gone out on his shield. Wilder's got a big heart, man. You can't take that away from the guy. The guy would have gone out on his shield. He'd have got hurt. So
Yeah.
I think it was a good thing that they got him out of there because it wasn't nice to see. I mean, the guy just every time he got hit, he looked like something bad could happen to him, and you just don't want to see
Yeah,
that.
you don't want the other opponent, even though you're fighting for the title, you don't want the other opponent to be hurt that he can't take care of his family and stuff.
By the way, Grayler in the chat room says, when you get a 6'9", 270-pound guy hitting you, he's gonna shake you up, man. And that's exactly what happened with that overhand right. It wasn't a flush, snappy right hand like Wilder throws, but it was a 270 pounds of force behind it. It's gonna shake you up, and it busted. It was hard enough to bust his eardrum. By the way, hold on, just real quick. We got Gypsy Boxing Style in the chat room. I got the word through that. I got word through the grapevine that he called us a bunch of crybabies on another channel. So I don't know, Gypsy. I've lost all respect for you, man. I've tried to be nice to you. I've invited you all the time over here, but I don't know what the fuck your fucking problem is, man. So I mean, I just step up and say you don't like us, man. Seriously, I don't understand what the problem is. I've been nothing but nice for the guy. He says yes, I did. At least he's upfront about it. All right, sorry, Stu. What were you gonna say?
Let him go on with it. Let him go on with it. Man.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, listen, let's just get real quick to a phone call because we got somebody who's been on hold for about 20 minutes now. 803, you're on the line. 803.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? I just
Good.
wanted to say it was a masterful performance by Fury.
Oh.
He exceeded my expectations. I picked him to win, and when he said he's going to knock out Wilder, specifically in the second, it goes through your mind like, yeah, whatever, you're going to knock him out. But there's a little inkling where you're like, he's going to bring it to him. He may not knock him out. He's going to bring it to him. But he did both. He brought it to him, and he knocked him out. I mean, the corner threw in the towel, but really he knocked him out. He got him out of there. So a masterful performance by Fury. And to all the people that said it was a bad stoppage, you're insane. You literally want to see a man die in there because there was literally, as soon as Wilder sat in that corner and I saw his eardrum leaking, I knew the fight was over. Mm-hmm. There was no way he was going to recover. No way he was going to recover. It was the same thing when Gotti fought Ward.
Yeah, in the second one.
And Ward's eardrum was busted. I mean, he recovered because, like Ward said, he got punched in the head, and he came back. But that whole time when his eardrum was ruptured, he was on Queer Street, Bambi legs. He couldn't do anything, and he couldn't recover.
I think what they took that point away from him.
When Wilder used to say, "I want a body in the ring," I used to say he should be careful what he wishes for, because tonight it could have been his body in the fucking ring if Breland hadn't have pulled him out of there. This is what I think. When you go around saying you're going to kill someone in the ring, it comes back to haunt you. Go and ask Gerald McClelland when he said it. Look what happened to him. So I think this beating could probably humble Wilder a little bit when it talks about killing people in front of their kids and stuff. I mean, he needs to get away from that because, like I said, he was on the end of the beating tonight. It's like I said, it's all well and good when you're knocking people over, you're punching them and they're falling over. But when someone stands up to your shots and starts throwing them back, that's when you find out who the real fighters are. And a lot of these big punchers, bully boys, that they fall to pieces. That's why you've got to respect Golovkin and people like that, because Golovkin can punch, but he can also take a shot, and he'll give as much as he gets. But I just knew Wilder's not that guy.
Caller, where did you have you heard people saying that criticizing this win for Fury? Have you read any comments about that, or any videos where people are criticizing Fury? Have you seen any? Have you read or seen any people saying anything about criticizing Fury's performance here?
So I was watching the fights with a couple people, and the majority of them, like I'd say like 90% were saying it was complete domination, excellent performance. But there were a couple people critiquing the stoppage. They weren't really saying anything about Fury's performance, just saying the stoppage was terrible. And a lot of them were casuals, and expect to see a lot of people say that the stoppage was bad, just because Wilder didn't necessarily go out and he didn't go on his back. But the stoppage was, in my opinion, a little late. I think the stoppage could have happened a lot.
I do.
Because he took
I
a
agree.
lot of
I think. Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's true, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
And I think that Kenny Bayless, when he interjected and took that point, he should have gave a warning, and he kind of did the number that they did with Ortiz in the first fight. They were trying to save him.
Yeah, I think so too, because there was a point where Wilder hit Fury after Kenny Bayless gave him that stern warning about not hitting during the break. Wilder did it afterwards, and no point was taken. And I remember thinking, why take a point away? You know, but anyway, listen, it's a moot point.
Well, as soon as I saw Kenny Bayless' name as being the ref, I just knew that guy was not going to keep it neutral. I knew he was going to be breaking up whenever there was any. Let's be real, that fight could have probably ended at three rounds earlier if Fury was allowed to maul Wilder in the inside a bit more. Every time Fury got hold of him, he was breaking it up. So look, like I keep saying, mate, it doesn't matter. You can have the referee, the judges, you can have all the promoters in your back pocket. It don't matter. If you go in there and get the KO, you take them out of the equation, and that's what Fury did. Great performance.
So,
like I said, one of the top, I mean, you could say that it's one of the most impressive performances from a British fighter in America for many years, man. I mean, I can't remember a more dominant performance.
Could I ask caller what he thinks now since Tyson Fury? Would he give Dillian White the mandatory, or will he take AJ's challenge and go for undisputed?
Look, mate,
hey,
Fury's going to take the AJ fight.
the caller.
No, that question is to me.
Yeah. And
sorry, I thought it was a caller asking us.
Well, how many fights does Fury have left on his contract? 2 or 3?
Two.
I think two.
Two. Okay, two apparently.
So, 2 or 3.
Opinion, I think
Joshua's going to be one of them. Joshua's going to be, like I said, I don't see Wilder taking that third fight. So I believe that he'll fight. Yeah, I can see Dillian White being the other one, but Dillian White's got to beat. He's got to beat Povetkin first, isn't he? You know.
All right, we gotta move on to other calls. So let the caller respond. So caller, what do you think?
Yeah. If it's only 2 fights, I think he should give the fight to Dillian. Dillian's been deserving for a while now, and if he wins that, it sets it up perfectly for the biggest UK fight in history, Fury versus Joshua. And I think after that, that's a perfect send off if he wins that. You can't ask for a better career.
I agree, bro. Like I said earlier, someone in the chat just said, I said it earlier, I believe that Wilder should take the Ruiz fight. I think it's a great fight for him. I don't think he's going to give Ruiz ain't going to give Wilder the problems that Fury did, because he's just awkward. He's a very hard man to plan for. You know what you're getting with Ruiz. It might suit Wilder actually, that slob walking onto him. So but then again, if Ruiz takes it to Wilder, you've seen that Wilder crumbles under pressure. So Ruiz has a very good chance in that one as well. But I don't want to see Wilder Fury.
If the Ruiz
Wilder Fury, the
up,
chapter's over. The chapter's over for Wilder Fury for me.
If the Ruiz that fought Anthony Joshua, the first fight, comes in at 260, yeah, he will give Deontay Wilder a very good challenge, because he is a come get you type of fighter.
That's right.
All right, listen, caller,
as Ruiz got the skills to avoid Wilder's right hand, though. That's
yeah, that's a good point. We'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But caller, thank you for calling in, man. We're gonna move on to another call, but thank you for calling and hope you enjoy the fight, man.
Definitely, for sure.
Thank you. Have a good night. Drive safe, everybody. By the way, that's also the most important thing. All right, 803, you're on the air. 803. Or is that the same guy? Fuck, I think I hung up on the wrong. I'm not the wrong guy. Fuck. All right. I wanted to say something real quick, because apparently people in the chat room are saying, because I've been trying to. Apparently, there's some people that are already complaining that there was too much holding, or it was too much of a sloppy fight. But hold on. Before we get to that, Bay Area Boxing donating again. So shout out to Bay Area, who says Ruiz has a better victory than Wilder. Fact. What do you guys think? Does Ruiz have a better win than anything Wilder has in his arsenal?
But look, the best thing to do is that I don't really want to get into that. Best thing, in fact, is for Wilder and Joshua to take that fight. But let's be real. I mean, I think Anthony Joshua probably will be looking to take that fight now. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. I bet Hearn's on the phone at fucking Shelley Finkel as we speak. Do you know what I mean? So they'll want that now.
I will tell you this: Anthony Joshua probably wanted that fight a long time ago. He could have made him $100 million richer, but he didn't choose that. And he got what he got now. Now he lost his title.
And now Fury, and let's be real, Fury's took all his shine.
Now it's going to be all Brit show.
Yeah.
Look, Fury's
Ruiz has got a better victory than Wilder, because let's be honest, the whole narrative about Ortiz being the boogeyman, if Ruiz were to fight Ortiz, he would beat him. So let's be honest, the whole narrative and maybe also the narrative about him being the hardest puncher is really, really put into question. Because when he threw like 2 or 3 overhand rights, he probably landed them, and against a guy that's 270, he didn't even look bothered.
Yeah, but he never really landed them flush.
No, he didn't.
They never had any snap. They never had any snap behind them, Gonzalo. They were arm punches. And this is the thing: you got to remember, Wilder is. I keep saying it. He was a finely tuned athlete. When you start pumping muscle onto people like Wilder, who is like built like a heavyweight Tommy Hearns. You only see what happened to Hearns when he started getting bigger, and just fucking slowed down. That's when people were catching up to him. You know, you've got to keep Wilder around 215, 220 would be where I'd keep him. But I mean, that extra 11 pounds, it doesn't sound a lot, but 11 pounds in a boxing ring is a fucking hell of a lot. Especially on a skinny guy as well, on a slim guy.
After Stu, he came in at the first fight at 212, so that was almost 20 pounds he put on a muscle. For what?
By the way, guys, before we continue with that, oh shit, I changed the color of the chat. All right, we got the caller back. Caller, are you there? 773.
I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Tell me, Robinson. What do you guys say? Tyson Fury. Oh man, he's the biggest star in boxing by far right now. No doubt about it. He's the biggest star in boxing. Man, we've been needed something like this. Wilder, he's got an exciting style, but he's dumb as a box of rocks, and he doesn't have a personality. Wilder.
Whoa, you got a little personal there, just a little bit.
What? What was that?
He said you got a little personal there.
Sir?
No, he said you got a little personal there, just a little bit.
Saying, man, and you could tell the way he talks. He's not a very intelligent guy. This is not some rocket science. Tyson Fury's really well spoken. He's very charismatic. This is just facts. This is not being personal and this and that. I mean, that's the reason why everyone's gravitated towards Fury, because he's really well spoken, charismatic, he's an entertainer, and he's a good boxer. And,
I disagree.
I just wanted to address the Anthony Joshua fangirls who are telling me that Joshua's the biggest star in America. Who's the biggest star in America now? I mean, let's be real. Tyson Fury is just he's just made himself a superstar in the States. Believe you me. And Anthony Joshua will never have that, because Anthony Joshua, he could have probably got close to that, but he decided he didn't want to fight Wilder. He wanted to cherry pick a few guys that he thought he could beat. I mean, let's be real, he's still got the best resume, but he didn't want Wilder. He wanted the easier guys, and it ended up costing him. And like I said, he will never have Tyson Fury. Like I said, I'm going to keep it real. He's the fucking great white hope they don't have over there. So of course they're going to fucking jump on Fury's ass, and that's good for Fury, mate. He's going to be a superstar. He's going to make a lot of money. And when the boxing's over, WWE, here we come. Don't be surprised to see him fucking body slamming. Fucking.
He's going to take the Undertaker's job.
Yeah, body slamming the Undertaker in a few years.
And one thing I'm gonna add to that Fury is also, he is crazy. Oh, man, similar to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was crazy that he used to get into people's heads and really, really mess with them. And he's got that side to him, you know, when he was sticking out his tongue and licking that blood. Those type of crazy people, they're kind of unpredictable and scary in a way.
All right, hold on. Let the caller speak, because you guys were talking.
Lucha, Yeah, keep your people in check while I'm trying to make a point. I can't even get my point across.
Butch is not here, motherfucker.
real
It's
quick, I'm gonna
BDA,
make my
man.
point
Butch is
across,
not here. Butch
and
is
then
not
you
here.
guys
It's
will
BDA.
respond.
Butch is not here. It's BDA. Have a little respect, all right? What do you think about that?
Oh, BDA.
All right. Oh,
Here,
but seriously,
this is what I was gonna say.
Yes, go ahead.
Tyson Fury actually took it to him. The first fight, he was so focused on defense, he wasn't trying to. You should have made him pay for it. You can't just let him off the hook once he misses that much. You got to make him pay for it. And what did he do in the second fight? He made him miss and he made him pay. And I remember seeing the first fight. I was like, "What are you doing, dude? You're making him miss, but you're not attacking enough." I remember Teddy Atlas said something like that. He said the first fight he could have knocked him out if he responded. He attacked after the defense. It's not all about defense. Make him miss and make him pay.
Good point.
So,
Definitely, totally agree, caller. Totally agree.
And another point, this is something it's unavoidable. It's part of the narrative, but Wilder had to go with that narrative, with the racial narrative. What was the song he walking out to? It was just ridiculous. Black people.
Yeah, I said it earlier, bro. That really left a bad taste in my mouth. And let's be real, he got what he deserved for it. He wanted to bring race into it, and the white man whooped his ass, so they can go back and cry in his little dressing room. Go and cry on his girlfriend, because I know he likes to lie on her all the time. Like some
everything black.
Real bad taste.
Song.
Yeah.
Everything black.
He
I was
totally
discussing
made it
that
about
Well,
earlier.
I'll tell you what was his eye sockets were black after that.
Okay, hold on.
Exactly,
Caller,
man.
I got a question for you.
Another thing.
Okay, go ahead.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was saying about Wilder. You look at his two best wins. It was Luis Ortiz. How old is Luis Ortiz? He might as well be 45 in Cuban years. No one knows his birth certificate. He could be 46 years old, and that was his best two wins. And people were ready to write him as the best heavyweight of all time. They're saying, no, he would have knocked out Mike Tyson, and he's better than Muhammad Ali, this and that. This is how boxing does things, man. They're able to fabricate narratives, and they can build these records, and with the right promotion behind them, pick and choose their fights. But when push comes to shove and you actually got a challenge in front of you, you get exposed.
Now, that's
Fury
a very good...
exposed him the first fight. In the second fight, he definitely exposed them.
That's a great point.
What was that? What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, caller. Are you happy? Final question, because we're going to move on. Are you happy that Jack Reese was not the referee for this fight?
I was. You know what? The other referee, he was trying to help out Wilder as much as he could. I noticed in that other fight with Joe Smith Jr. and who's the dude Joe Smith Jr. knocked out recently?
Fuck, what was the guy's name? Oh yeah, the top ranked dude. Yeah, Jesse Hart.
Jesse Hart.
That's right, Jesse Hart. And who was the famous ref? He's a pretty high.
Are you talking about Bernard Hopkins?
But
no, Jesse Hart. The last guy he said.
The last guy. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was years ago.
Yeah, that's when Joe Smith knocked him out.
They got their favorites. The refs got their favorites, and they know how to. That dude was doing everything he could, trying to separate the action when Fury was on the move and looking real good. Same thing happened in that Joe Smith Jr. fight. They stopped the action to check on the cut and give him extra time and this and that. But he did it. He doubted the haters. He made the haters doubt, however you want to say it. You guys.
I get what you got to say, man. Yeah, I get what you wanted to say there with that expression. But anyway, listen, we got to move on. We got a lot to get to. But thank you for calling in, and I'm glad you enjoyed the fights, man.
Yeah, I just want to get on that. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I thought this fight, just everything about it was class. It just had a classy feeling about classy build-up. And then, like I said, when Wilder came out with that ring entrance, it just proved to me what this fight meant to him. And let's be real. If that's how he feels, then fine. But then just don't be surprised when you got people like me gloating when he gets knocked out. That's all I'm saying to the people in the chat who probably don't want to hear shit like that. But, you know, just go back and listen to the entrance tune. I mean, Tyson Fury comes out to fucking Patsy Cline and then goes and whoops this guy's ass who comes out with this rap tune talking about race. I mean, it was just comedy all around, weren't it? I mean, the night couldn't have gone better for me. I mean, look, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know if I want to go to bed anymore. I just want to enjoy, celebrating this victory.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock over there, right? You said 6 a.m. That's got to be more than that. It's almost 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock, man. It's 7 o'clock.
My! All right, listen. We got hold on. We got a phone call, but it's a weird ass number. I think it's that guy that called in earlier with the voice modification, the Illuminati guy. So I don't think we're gonna be taking a call from him right now because we got a lot to get to. Maybe later. I see we got Bucho there. Bucho, please tell me you're not too inebriated. Can you even talk, man? Or no? He seems to be. Yeah, he's inebriated. All right. All right. So G Boogie, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, yo, Stu, don't be running outside with your knickers on.
All right, we do have
knickers. I don't know where you live, but where I live, men don't wear them.
I told you, and I was. Right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You never know with Kenny Bayless, right? So I was like, fuck, man, and you can tell Kenny Bayless was fucking it up. Like, I don't know what the hell he was doing. Did he take up?
Bucho,
you're cutting off, Bucho. Bucho, you're cutting off.
Bucho, did you take a shot? Bucho,
he's cutting off, man. Bucho, you're cutting off. You're cutting off. He can't even hear us. All right.
I think fucking Bucho took a shot of vodka every time Fury landed or something.
People wanted to fight me. These people wanted to fight. People were getting angry. I had to debate people. And it was getting crazy, man. There's this guy from Angola trying to fuck my girlfriend or some shit, man. and it was just crazy, man. It's just people just couldn't digest the fact that Wilder lost the fucking fight.
It sounds like you.
Well, they better digest it quick, then.
Stu, you and I gotta go to England. I gotta go have a drink with Stu, man. We gotta
listen. Well, Joe, I've told you this, bro. You're always welcome here. You've got a place to stay when you want to come to the UK. You know, like I said, I praised you earlier. You stood by your convictions. You believed all along that Fury was going to get the win. Just like I said, because I got it spot on, didn't I? I said 7th round stoppage. The ref would step in. I got it right. Wilder would fall to pieces when you put pressure on him. So, yeah, I was very happy with that prediction. And I will be crowing about it for a while now. It's going to be a while before I let this one go.
Hold on. Before we continue, it's very hectic today. We got a lot of things going. That's good. Hectic is always good because it makes for an entertaining show. We got Durden Boxing, aka Michael Stott, gave a contribution with the super chat. He shout out to Michael and he says, "I want drunk Bucho." Nah, that's the last thing we want, man. Especially since he said he was getting into altercations with people. And I told him, don't call in drunk. But I mean, with Bucho, you can never really, put him.
We can't be having that BDA.
Yeah, we got Luis Ortiz, who also contributed. He says Bucho Gonzalo Jr. Okay, come on. They're comparing you. All right, but listen, we got a phone call real quick, and then we'll get back to Stu and Bucho. Who Bucho told Stu, by the way, you can gloat if you want. We were right, so we'll see. But okay, hold on. We got 480. You're on the air. 480.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. Thank you for calling in, man. Let's make it short and sweet, man, because we got a lot to get to.
Congratulations to Fury, yeah. Congratulations. I just watched the fight. Watched fights the last 40 years. What I saw that night is Fury wasn't as fast. He was just the skill set was there, and you can't fight backwards and win. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it to him, and he looked very amateurish. I think he probably had a concussion in the 3rd round. He looked like he was on Clear Street from 3rd round on. My understanding was the corner stopped the fight. Is that correct?
Yes. The what's the name of the white guy in the corner? Not
Mark Breland was the one that threw in the top.
No, Breland was the one that. Yeah. Come on, JD's one of the fucking. The yes boy that polishes Wilder's shoes. Come on, man, that guy. He just does as he's told. He fucking. He never would have. He never would have stepped up to the plate and got thrown that towel. He just hasn't got the bollocks. He's a yes boy. At least Mark Breland knows he's probably lost his job tonight. Mark Breland's lost his job tonight because you know Wilder. No, he has. He's lost his job tonight. You know what Wilder's like? He threw. Anyone gives him anyone goes against him or says anything bad about him, he throws his toys. Look what he did to Malignaggi when Malignaggi said Fury won the fight. Stopped him from commentating tonight. Mark Breland will be out of a job tomorrow, but he did the right thing because he saved Deontay Wilder for another day. Because let's be real, that was getting a bad beating. That was getting bad.
Yes.
Hold on,
Yes,
let the
he
caller.
was.
On the air or no?
Let the caller speak. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Yes.
Am I still on? Okay. Hey, no, he saved him from a knockout. He put his left hand was in his pocket. Wilder's left hand was in his pocket. It was just a matter of time. He would have knocked him out flat, no doubt about it. And the thing is you got to relax in the ring. If you don't relax in the ring, you get tired. He was physically exhausted. Fury, give him all the props in the world. And yeah, he won the last fight against him. Not as good because he was throwing popcorn punches. And he made Wilder miss a ton of punches. But you know what? What a message. What a message. So props to Fury. He is the baddest man in the heavyweight division, period. No doubt about it.
Absolutely, because I know some people are going to say...
Made him look.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Joshua's not even in the same league. He's a robot out there. So not even close.
Well, listen, I don't know about that.
Congratulations, you guys. What's that?
Look, Joshua had every opportunity for years to do that. He could have gone and put on a performance like that, and the world would have been his oyster. But no, he wanted to fucking con the public. Him and Hearn wanted to con the public, and it's come back to backfire him because now Joshua, there is no 50-50, 60-40 to Fury.
Yeah, that absolutely 100%. I think that's being nice, to be honest with you. I think it's probably more 70-30, but it'll be 60-40. It looked like Holyfield versus Tyson 2 without the steroids, to be honest with you. Or Tyson 1 without the steroids. That's what it looked like. Hey, props. Hey, you guys, congratulations. I didn't know what was going to happen tonight, but I tell you what, he's a stud. I mean, Fury is all that. And I remember I was watching the fight earlier against Cunningham when he got knocked on his butt in the second round. But I tell you, Fury is... He knows what he's doing. He is incredible what he's done. I don't know if I can compare it to anything that I've seen in the last 40 years. I will tell you this, and this is where I'm going to end on this, is that fight tonight, there was nothing like that in the last fight that was a pick'em like that, where Fury was favored, Wilder was favored. It went back and forth. The closest thing I can relate to this fight was Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns 1. Nobody knew it was going to happen.
Damn, that's going a while. That's going a while back.
Thanks, guys, for taking my call. Congratulations to you guys and Fury.
That was a great call, bro. Really good call.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in. All right, that was a great call. By the way, there's a guy named Klaus Prime Beats in the chat room who's saying, I just got the message here. He says, I'm not saying Wilder would have won. I don't, but that blown eardrum in round 2 changes the match completely.
That's what happens. Fuck's sake. I mean, that's like saying Michael Phelps, he wouldn't have lost if he'd fucking jumped in the water a bit quicker. You know, it just doesn't work like that. At the end of the day, this is boxing. A shot can change a fight. You know, if you get hit behind the eardrum, then that's what happens. Fighters have burst eardrums. It's part of the sport. You know, you've got to be able to deal with it. Like I said, Carl Froch for 8 rounds, probably 9, with a burst eardrum against John Pascal, won the fight in a war. There's no excuses, mate. I know it does take a lot out of you, and I agree that it's dangerous. But let's be real, that warrior code, mate, some fighters would have fought on with that. So there's no excuses. At the end of the day, your boy was getting battered all over the ring. He didn't win 1 second.
Well, can I say something to that? Let me say, I want to say something to that effect too, because the Wilder fans were saying that all day, all night, all week, 1 punch, all it takes is 1 punch. Well, guess what? All it took was 1 punch for Fury to change the fight. So, I mean, like Stu said, that's what happens. You can say the same thing in the first fight. Hey, if Wilder never lands that last punch in the last round of the first fight where he dropped him so dramatically, we don't really get a rematch because Fury should have gotten that fight. So 1 punch can't change it all, man. All right, G Boogie, you
look at look. I don't want to hear about illegal punches as well because I've seen a few comments where they're saying it was an illegal punch on here, but they weren't saying that when Fury dropped when Wilder dropped Fury in the first fight, which basically that that knockdown basically got him the draw, didn't it? I mean, you take one of them knockdowns away, he wouldn't have won the fight. So that was an illegal punch in the back of the head. So you just got to accept that when you're throwing punches, they're not going to land clean on the button all the time. They're going to graze heads and eardrums, and just part and parcel of being a fighter. Look, I don't think Wilder, even if Wilder hadn't had his eardrum burst, what I saw in there, I just don't think he could have won tonight. It just was nowhere near good enough. Fury was on his game.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the back of the head, because if he got his eardrum busted, it means it was on the ear, on the side of the head to the temple.
Yeah,
It was a legal punch. And credit to Mark Brilliant, because look, he knows what it is to lose in a tough fight. I think he got knocked out in the 11th round by Marlon Starling. So he went in deep into that fight, and he realized, he knew the severity of his injury.
That's
so
right.
He pulled him out.
Now listen, we're gonna get some calls later on, so stay on the line, all of you guys who are waiting on the line. But I just want to get, because we got recognized, we got Jibu also, who I think, Jibu, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say what Stu, following Stu, what he said about a boxer, even though he got punched, a legal punch to the ear, which was exposed, and he hit him with that right hand. There was other guys in the boxing match. What was that one guy that got hit and his ear almost came off, and he still wanted to go?
Lujan, Sebastian Lujan, I think you're saying. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, I can remember a British guy having a fucked up eardrum. It was ready to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the year of the tempo shots last year.
Yeah, his ear looked like Randy Couture's.
No. It was a guy in the boxing ring. I think he was fighting Cotto. I'm not sure, either Cotto or somebody and he was Colombian or somewhere from South America, and he kept on fighting his ear.
Yeah, that was Lujan. That was Lujan against Margarito. It was a guy that looked like Cotto. But he's from Argentina, and he's part of his ear.
And he got his ear blasted. I mean, and he still was like, "So what? I'm ready to fight." He got his ear was ripped off. They had to surgically sew that shit back on his damn head.
By the way, hold on. Before we continue, Luis Ortiz donated with a super chat. Shout out to Luis Ortiz, and he says, "Is Ben Davidson hiding in Stu?" I think that's a compliment, because he's saying like,
look, called it again. Another one I called. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, I'm getting good at this, and I told you, Ben Davidson, man. Look, but he was getting far too much credit for that performance. I mean, did Fury really want to go and stand at range again? Go, you can win this with one hand. Just keep using the jab. Yeah, right. Look, to beat a man like Wilder, you've got to put it on him, and that you've got to use more than a fucking jab. Let's be real. And look, he looks pretty when he's breaking down fights that have already happened. It's when a fight that's not happened, and he has to prepare for it and bring up a game plan to win fights at the world level, he's lacking. And like it proved it when people were saying about what's Sugar Hill, and Sugar Hill's turned Tyson Fury into a much better fighter in 2 months.
Hey Stu, what round did you pick? Didn't you say?
I picked the 7th round. I said the referee would jump in and stop it. It'd be a accumulation of punches.
Everybody pay respect to Stu. Okay, he said it. So you got to give him his respect. Stu, you're the man.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Can I give you my take on the fight? I don't know if you guys gave already, but I just want to give you a quick what I saw. The fight was over after the 2nd round. Basically, that fight was done. If you look at FanDuel and you see the odds, after the 2nd round, I think right at the start of the fight, Wilder was a slight favorite. He was like minus 110, right? By the 2nd round, that shit jumped up to like 7.5, minus 7.5 Fury. I mean, the writing was on the wall. He beat him up like Stu said, every single second of that fight. He destroyed him. He didn't fight. He destroyed him, and I don't even know if his career would be the same after that. He busted his eardrum.
Yeah,
he fucked him up bad. Like there was no, like he knew he was gonna do that. There was no doubt in his mind that he was gonna destroy him that night.
And plus, recognize the aura of just real quick, Stuart. The aura of Deontay Wilder being this guy that always knock you out is gone.
Yeah. Well, that would be a mistake, though.
This This wasn't this wasn't me. I'm no fucking boxing expert. It's just boxing simple sometimes. Well, if Fury goes in there with that game plan, like I said, I've been preaching for nearly a year now. When he said he was going to do that, when I saw him come in heavier, when I saw him higher Sugar Hill, I knew this fight was not going to last the distance. I knew Wilder was going to crumble under pressure, like I said he would. You put it on him, he falls to pieces. His shape goes. His technique's out the window. He gets desperate. All them things happen. His tank empty, like I said it was. What did I tell you about the muscle on Wilder? Recognised. I told you it was going to be a hindrance to the guy, and it was.
Yeah,
Everything
and
I
it
said,
did. And you know what?
everything I said happened. It's like I did have a crystal ball, but like I said, this is not rocket science. This is simple stuff I'm coming out with. When everyone's mocking me, that Wilder's never proved to me once that he can take pressure. Not once. He's never fought anyone that put it on him.
Like every punch clean that he took drained Wilder. Every punch Fury landed flush. It looked like it was like draining him. The mouth started getting wider open. The legs started to like look like it's getting too, like it can't stand up no more. Look, the only thing I give Wilder credit for is this: that he was going to stay there, take that beating until he got like completely blown out the frame, like knocked out, unconscious. Right? That was going to happen eventually.
He'd have gone on his sword.
Yeah,
definitely.
He was going to go on his sword. That's the only thing I give him credit for.
Yeah.
And his corner did the right thing. They're like, yo, I think they should have stopped it the round before.
Look, mate, the guy, his legs went underneath him. I think it was the end of 3 or 4. At the end of it, he could barely walk to his stall after 4 rounds. I mean, his legs were. He was doing like I said. I thought he was going to fucking do the moonwalk to his stall. I mean, his legs were all over. You know.
Could be that he was a little top heavy too, and not necessarily the muscle went to the legs; it went to the upper body. And Fury was heavier, so he was leaning on him.
Certain fighters they've got to be in an optimum weight. They've got to be at their prime weight to get the best out of them. You start pissing around with their weight, like you said, stick a 20 pounds of muscle on Wilder's skinny little legs. You've got a lot more weight to carry around. You feel more sluggish. You're stiffer. You're like Joshua. You're frying punches and they're just stiff and robotic. There was no rhythm in Wilder's work. It was just telegraphed, robotic rubbish. And Fury's a top fight. He's seen them all day long. Let's be real, man.
By the way, can I just...
Yeah,
again. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I just want to say we got somebody. I think it's Rich also on the line who's been waiting for about that. All right. 510. You're on the air. 510. 510. There's wrestling.
Can you guys hear me?
Barely, man. There's a lot of background noise. Barely.
What
There's
up,
a lot of background
Ross?
noise.
What up, Ross?
Can you guys hear me now? What's up?
Yeah, we can hear you, Ross. Go ahead, brother.
I just want to give a shout out to me and Stu. We picked we both picked Wilder to lose. As y'all know, my prediction, I picked Fury to win by knockout, and again, I was correct once again.
Get him.
Wait,
what's that? What are you about? You're about 79-0 now, ain't you? You got Chavez Senior record.
Ross. All right, Ross.
80-0.
80-0 right now.
If you go to if you go to the old videos, it might have sounded like I picked Wilder to win, but I said Fury. You have to go back and listen again.
I think he's hold on. I think he's kidding because I see the sheet here that Bucho sent me and it says Rasclot by Wilder KO 9th.
No.
Yes,
you gotta
I know.
you gotta spin that recording
Bucho,
backwards.
Go ahead, Rasclot.
Well, you know, if you do things with an iPhone, it's a typo. If you type in Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We got you,
Fury,
yeah.
It types in Wilder. Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, let me get to this fight, man. So Fury fought the perfect fight. He did exactly what Duhaupas was doing, except Duhaupas don't have the skills like Fury. You got to take away Wilder's right hand. You smother him. You make it an ugly fight. The man don't know how to fight on the inside. He don't know how to fight going backwards. He doesn't have the basic boxing skills. He has a bad corner, a bad trainer that didn't know how to treat his wounds, and he lost tonight. And that's a fact.
Man, damn, yeah, that's a lot of negatives against Wilder.
Ross, they cashed him out, bro. Today they cashed him out.
Nah, look, they believe they could win that fight. Look, they thought they could go in there. This is how fucking stupid they are. They thought they could go in there, fight the same game plan that worked against Luis Ortiz. That was going to work against Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
That's what they thought.
That's what they
Get out
thought,
of here,
yeah.
man. What
That's what they really thought. And that's what David Haight thought, too. Like, oh, yeah, he's going to catch him coming in. He tried,
Look,
but...
I tell you what, mate. If there's ever a fucking pub quiz going around my area, I won't be picking David Hay to be my team. That fucking guy can't get anything right. I mean, let's be real. Everything he says, the opposite happens. So if you want to make some money in a boxing fight, whoever David A picks, just pick the other guy to win. You guarantee the fucking earner. I mean, the guy just gets it all wrong. And he could see, I mean, during the night, because I was watching BT, he could see that during the night, his opinion was starting to change before the fight. I think he realised he got it wrong. And a bit too late then, isn't it? But, you know, John Fury, I mean, everyone mocked John Fury, but John Fury got it spot on, just like I did.
The Kingpin got it
In the beginning, in the beginning, he started throwing out his jab, and I thought, oh, here we go. He's going to fight like he did against Bermane Stiverne in the first fight, where he kind of showed a little bit of a jab. But that went out the window real quick. I don't know. He just isn't disciplined and can't keep doing it.
Because Wilder started jabbing back and then following it up with the overhand right.
Fury, you mean? Fury.
Fury. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Fury started timing that. And Wilder don't use his feet. He's planted all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't catch and counter recognize. The thing with the problem with Wilder, that's what the reason you've got to put it on him is because when you do put it on him, he just covers up. He doesn't catch and counter. He doesn't come underneath shots. He's not counter punching.
You know
he
what?
Don't have time to set his feet.
No, exactly.
That's the thing. Yeah. You know, I think Recognize hit the nail on the head the way he described it. Each round, each clinch, each punch was draining Wilder like a vampire. I think Tyson Fury is actually a Transylvanian gypsy or something, like from Dracula. Because I mean, this motherfucker, every time he got close,
he licked his blood. Wilder Fury's disgusting.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wait a minute. Let's establish that. Was he really licking the blood, or was he sticking his tongue out at somebody in the crowd? Because that's what
he did. He licked his blood. He licked
his blood, bro.
No, he didn't. He just stuck his tongue out. I mean, you guys are going on like it's fucking Count Dracula.
Oh, that's close enough, though.
He was
Fury, he licked his blood.
All right, hold on. Let Rascal chime in. Rascal, what did you say?
Well, no, what I was saying is, yeah, he did stick his tongue out, but I think Fury just like, and I said this earlier, I think tonight, this Fury, no heavyweight would beat him tonight. Not Dillian White, not Anthony Joshua, Ruiz, Big Titty Baby Miller. None of those guys would beat this Fury tonight, and that's a fact.
All right. Well, there you have it. All right, listen, we got to move on, Rascal. But
Jack.
Okay. Yeah, man. Look, man, thanks for having me on. I just want to say, can you tell the gay chat room to stop sending messages to Dwayne Wade's son? He's a minor. Okay, tell those fags, those pedophile fags, to cut it out. Peace,
all right.
guys.
Thanks a lot, Rascal. Peace out and have a good night, man.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
Oh man, that was really fucking. He was going after the crowd on that one. All right, listen. We got. I want to spend a little time with you guys because I mean the phone lines are flooded, but callers stay on the line. We'll get to you. I see we got Bucho back. Bucho, are you there?
Bucho must be ecstatic.
Yeah.
What's up, Bucho?
The king is back.
Well, I gotta give Bucho, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I gotta give, other than Stu, also Bucho a lot of credit. I mean, Recognize you picked Fury too, although not by stoppage, but I'll give you credit too. But Bucho was the one that I kept pressing him to see if he would change his mind. I wanted to see if he had any doubts. And he said, nope, it's going to be Fury by stoppage. And I said, are you sure? Are you sure? And he said, yep. And he placed a bet on it. So he's got the proof to back that up. Bucho, are you there, or are you still sipping on some Coronas?
Hold on, I'll be right out. Hold on.
Yeah, you can see he's still drinking. He's finishing his drink before.
Hey, I sent you a couple of pictures of Tyson Fury.
Dude, it's so amazing how those betting odds just, dude, after the second round, how it favored Fury, which was it is for a reason, because it looked like Wilder had no fucking shot, like from the beginning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're outside, aren't you? We can hear a lot of background
outside,
noise.
man. I gotta be outside because there's yeah.
All right.
I know your wife is there or your girlfriend.
He's probably smoking the ganja, so he has to be outside. All right, go ahead.
I gotta talk.
There was a bunch of people, like, it was crazy, man. Haitians trying to fight, fucking trying to fuck my girlfriend and shit, man. But I had a knife, so it was okay.
What the fuck?
No, yeah. Fucking, they were crazy, man. Like,
Wait.
everything went to shit.
I know I know that place. What you're talking about, Bucho. It rarely gets out of hand. What happened exactly? Can you give us a couple of more details?
Some guy wanted to fight me. He's like, well, I was getting excited. He was like, sit down, because I was every time, fucking Kenny Bailey's, man. He's a piece of shit, man. But anyways, like at some point, I was like, I asked everybody, hey, do you want to see a third fight? And this guy's like, yeah, I want to fight with you, right? So I'm like, okay. And then, like, my girlfriend's like, no. And like, I said, like, don't worry, man. I said, like, I didn't say anything. I didn't respond to the guy, but he wants to fight, man. Listen, I don't want to get into fights anymore. He touches me. I was fucking loaded, man. Anyways, point is, man, these people couldn't fucking digest a fucking loss, man. The fucking idiots, man. Fucking idiots, man. I told everybody he was gonna get knocked out, man. Fury, Wilder can't fucking box for shit. He was getting hit in the first fight. If Fury just fucking put on the pressure, it was gonna be fucking over, man. I was right. Stu was right. I gotta go to England. We gotta have a few fucking beers, man.
Stu, your response? Oh, he's in shock. He's in shock of hearing.
Who's in shock like that?
Then you have this Angolan guy, man. What was the deal with the Angolan guy, baby?
I don't know. He was talking shit.
He talking shit, man. I don't know what the fuck he was looking for fights. Anyways, I'll be right back.
All right, so Bucho had a good time there.
Bucho had a great time.
King Bucho, Rwanda forever.
Jesus Christ! No, but listen, I've been to that place he's talking about.
Hey, by the way, the LDBC ego is saying that Fury, people are saying Fury was too big or some bullshit. That's also something I predicted, that we're gonna start blaming it on the weight. Fucking shit. We're supposed to be the heaviest hitter of all time. Motherfuckers, they don't know shit about boxing.
Oh, wait a minute, you can say that. Now listen,
That is how you King Bucho.
Apparently somebody's telling me that people, Stu's old friends over at the Boxing Voice, are having a hard time describing what just happened. Apparently, they're lost for words. So I think this would be the perfect time for Stu to call in there and let him have it a little bit, because he's got the documentation to prove that he did pick exactly what happened tonight, or last night, I should say. No, actually, technically, it was tonight, right here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, East Coast.
Well, today in my case.
Yeah, today in your case. But Stu, did you hear what I said about the people at the Boxing Boys?
Yeah, I mean, they're having a fucking nervous breakdown by the sounds of it.
Bit,
good. They all fucking get the razors out and slit their wrists. I mean, let's be real. They've been fucking whining and moaning for fucking months now. Sick of hearing Nez talking shit about Fury and Joshua and everyone else. But now he has to get back in his fucking lane, because his boy, like I said, there's a long road back from a beating like that. The last time I saw a guy get beat like that in a world championship fight was Jeff Lacey, and we all know what happened to him after that.
Oh, yeah, that was another one. Imagine if that would have taken place today with the internet and YouTube. That would have been another fucking divided. That would have divided again the US and the UK fans.
That was a big fight then. Look, let's be real. The Americans thought all they had to do was just turn up on the night, fucking land a shot and go home. This is Joe Calzaghe we're talking about. Joe Calzaghe pieced that guy up. Just disrespecting Calzaghe, just like they discredited and disrespected Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a world-class talent. I keep telling people that. When people said Fury's a pussy puncher, Fury's got no pop on his shots. Fury's got 20 KOs in 30 fights. And let's be real, a lot of the time he's fighting on the back foot. Very hard when you're fighting on your toes and fighting on the back foot to get the power behind the shots, to plant your feet and get. If he wanted, like I said, if he strolled forward like he did today, in an educated way, obviously, and starts throwing bombs at 270 pounds, you can get anyone out of there.
Absolutely. Like we were saying, 270 pounds. That ain't peanuts, man. All right, listen, guys, I gotta go take a piss. So can you guys do me a favor and take care of this next caller here?
Yeah, we'll handle it on this end. Don't worry about it.
All right. I don't have a lot of confidence in that, but all right.
I hope it's Vinnie Mac.
Don't forget. Yeah, maybe. Don't forget, guys.
Hey,
There's a bit of a
Vinnie Mac, I know you're listening. I told you, get your wallet ready this year.
Oh,
I have bad feelings for you.
All right, guys, don't forget, there's a bit of a delay between Discord and the callers, so try to be patient and try not to talk over him, all right? Here we go. 678, you're on the air, 678.
Is that me?
That's right.
That's you.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, boss? Yeah, man, let me tell you what happened, man. Y'all saw the fight?
Hold on.
Yeah, I saw the thrashing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you what happened, man. My man Wilder, he came out there, man, and nah, man, it wasn't where it was at, man. He was out there slipping. He came out there, he thought it was a joke because old boy was big, fat, and white, but he got those hands. Tyson Fury is a fighter. He's a warrior. I respect him, man. Hats off to him. I can't believe he licked his blood. It was disgusting.
Well, I mean, nothing surprises me with Fury. Let's be real. The guy is a mental case, but he's a mental case that can actually fight.
You think
and
so?
I think what the caller said spot on. I think Wilder totally underestimated Fury. You know, if Wilder had half a brain cell in his head, he would have realised that he got lucky on Fury's worst night. So this fight was always going to be a tougher fight for him. But just
but underestimating somebody just because they're white, that's a big mistake. Just because of the color.
Slipping. He said he
No, I don't think he
all the way
underestimated
up.
because he's white. I don't think he underestimated
He did something
Fury because
yeah,
he's white.
Did.
I don't think that.
He did something different.
He underestimated. I'm not saying because he's white. He just underestimated Fury. Full stop. But like I said, he's not a very smart guy, Wilder. Because if he was, he would have realised that he caught Fury on his worst night and couldn't beat him. So you know, this fight was always going to be a tougher. He had to bring more than that right hand. Let's be real, you know. And then when he put on 20 pounds of muscle from the first fight, I just knew it was game over. I said to you when I saw the weigh-in, I got even more confident.
Yeah, you did because caller. When did you realize, in your opinion, this fight was over? When did you start realizing that?
Man, when he hit him with the shot to the ear, I was like, yo, he kind of fell down. I was like, man, because when he got up, because at first when you first saw it, I thought it was like a trip. I didn't think that he really knocked him down because he got up so quick. I thought he was just, like, wow, damn, that trip. But then when they showed the replay, they saw that he stuck him with a solid shot. They hit him.
He's never been down in his career. Wilder's never been down Wilder's never been down for a long time in big fights like that. It was a shock to him. The first thing fighters do when they're not used to going to the canvas is jump straight back up. It's the worst thing you can do. You've got to take your 8 seconds, get your fucking bearings back. But a lot of fighters just jump straight back up out of shock, and I think that's what Wilder did. And probably another, but that eardrum was bust. He never got his balance back after that.
Yeah.
Right after that, it was over, man. It was over. I think he had vertigo.
So yeah, I was thinking that everybody that I was watching it was saying the same thing. They're like, he's bleeding from his ear. It's not going to get any better. And for me, look, I, after the knockdown, I thought, okay, it's bad. It's getting bad for him. But I still gave him a slight shot. But in that 4th and 5th round, when that mouth started getting wider, because he looked drained with every punch he was getting hit with. Any big punch that Fury landed on him, and not only that, he's leaning his body on him too, which is smart, right? He had a little bit of Tyson Fury had a little bit of Vladimir Klitschko's game plan.
Don't underestimate. Don't underestimate them. Don't underestimate them headlocks that Fury was getting Wilder in.
Yes,
Leaning on him.
Take 270
take
pounds.
a hell of a lot out of your legs.
That's 270 pounds. Yeah, but a lot of people, caller, if you're still there. So, you still there, caller?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was watching the betting odds on FanDuel.
Wilder was playing checkers. Wilder thought he was just going to jump and get a king with the solid right, but hey, Fury, hey, he was playing chess out there, man. He knew what he was doing. He came in with a plan and he executed.
Yep. I agree, man. I agree. And I think a lot of people saw the writing on the wall, how this fight was going to end, because after the second round, those odds changed quickly in favor. I mean, not just by a little bit in favor of Fury, by a blowout, basically.
Yeah. But he was swallowing blood. He was swallowing blood after the first round. Fury cut his lip quite badly. So he's swallowing blood. Then you get hit with a shot. Then your ears... I mean, it was quite disturbing watching an ear pissing out of blood pissing out of an ear.
Yeah, I thought that was...
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's like I said, I don't want to see Wilder fighting again. I want to see him heal properly. I mean, that's a bad injury. You know, that shit can cause bleeding on the brain and all sorts, man. Fucking hell, man.
Especially with drinking all that blood. That's not good for your
No.
That's not good for you.
No.
I mentioned there's a lot of parallels, I think, between this fight and the first Ruiz Joshua fight because he dropped him early, and then it ended in the 7th round. But I actually think Joshua did better against Ruiz than what Wilder did against Fury in this fight.
Yeah, and if you notice, if you notice, Wilder
I know what you're saying.
stopped.
Yeah, because go ahead, BDA.
Well, I was gonna make a stupid joke. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just all I was going to say was that because Joshua had his moments in that Ruiz one fight, you can't take that away from him. It was still a piss poor performance. Let's be real, it was embarrassing to watch. But he had his moments. Wilder didn't win a second of that fight, not 1 second of it, and that's the alarming thing. And that's why the rematch just has to be put to the back burner for a while. I mean, I don't want to see that again. I told you even before the fight, I don't want to see it again. I think it's clear. I think we all know. Even the biggest Wilder fanboys out there have got to admit that Fury's the better man. I mean, the 2 fights have proved that. A third fight is going to prove nothing.
You can't deny Fury.
No, you cannot. You cannot. All right, so caller, we gotta move on. But thank you for calling. Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Hey man, shout out man to the ATL man and everything that's lovely out there in these streets, man. Y'all stay up.
You too. Stay cozy, man. Stay cozy.
All right, boss.
You must know X, man. You must know X.
All right, hold on. Oh shit! Did I? Shit! I hung up on the wrong person again. All right. I see Bucho keeps putting. Butch, are you in a calm environment now? No. Okay. Fuck it. So why are you on camera then? You freaking me out, man. With you. And G Boog is going to be calling me Bucho now because he keeps seeing your face. All right. I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you guys because I'm looking at the. Hold on a second. Let me put it up for you guys on the Discord here so you can see. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really helps us out. Don't be afraid. You gotta give back to receive a little bit too. That's what the Bible says. The good book. Hold on a second. Where's my fucking link here? Hold on a second, guys, because I want to give you because so far our fans here, the BDA family in the chat room have been very understanding of the fight. They're very educated, so they're not saying anything that's could be considered nonsense. But so I decided to go to Ring TV to see what people are saying about it. And hold on a second, real quick. Where's my? Jeez, I got too many tabs open. Okay, so you can see. I don't know if you guys can see on the Discord. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see the? There's no links, huh? There we go.
No.
There you go. Okay. There's this guy in the comment section of Ring Magazine, Ring TV, who says, "No bullshit. He was grabbing and holding and leaning at any chance." So I think that's something we're gonna be seeing in the future. Excuses for Wilder is that there was too much leaning and holding from Fury.
Dude, they did not see the punches that were fucking breaking him apart. I mean, did he see that part?
But I don't think that Fury was the one that was holding. That's why
he wasn't.
When Bayless broke him up and then he said, "Oh, you're gonna take a point." Wilder was holding Fury's left hand all through the whole thing. So why you ain't take a point off of Wilder? He was the
Kenny
one that
Bellios was looking for an excuse to give Wilder a break.
The crybaby's out in full of four. And it's given me a second wind in life. You know, I can get up when I go to sleep later. I can get up and I can get up, have a smile on my face. Just go to these channels and watch these bitches cry for fucking hours.
Oh,
I mean, it's going to be great. It really is. But like they brought it on this is why I say don't get too emotional, invested in fighting because it can all go horribly wrong. They've just got to turn up, have one bad night at the office, and you're facing the fucking the fire for the rest of your life. So, you know, look.
Hey Stu, I got a question.
Go ahead.
What do y'all call underwears? You know, like over there in Britain.
Or pants. You call them. That's what you call trousers, isn't it?
Trousers. There you go.
Call them. We call underwear.
Remember when I said that phrase knickers, but I meant to say that you was gonna go outside in your underwear, like knickers. Knickers over here. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, but like I said, it's 7:30 in the morning, bro. I just didn't get it at the time, you know.
But
Did
yeah, I
you
know.
guys talk about Kenny Bayless and how fucking?
Well, look,
What were you
Terrible,
talking with this
man.
motherfucker? What was that?
Fuck
Did he
Kenny
take a
Bellis.
point? Did
Bucho,
he take
he
a
was
point away from
Bucho.
Wilder?
He
What
was
was that all about? Like, what
Bucho.
the
He was
fuck?
confused. Bucho, if you looked at him, right, he takes a point away after he knocked him down in the fifth round. He takes a point away from Fury.
So he did
He's like
take a
giving
point.
Fury.
Okay.
He's giving Fury as many. He's giving Wilder some breathing room at that point, right? And he's also he knows it's a blowout. Like he lost every second, and he's losing every
recognize
second.
how many times did Bayless give Wilder breathers? I mean, when he was splitting them up and then going for a talk, having a little word with each one. I mean, that's fucking disgusting. That Bayless, like I said, mate, how he's got a job in boxing just tells you where the world is today. I mean,
We
you
gotta
got to
do
be
a
a
video.
corrupt.
We gotta expose this motherfucker. We gotta do a
Yeah,
video.
we are.
What are we gonna do, man?
No, we're doing it, man.
All right.
And those little talks,
Kenny Bayless is a piece of
to the sport
shit.
of boxing.
yeah,
Kenny
and those
Bayless
little
is a
talks
piece
were
of shit.
allowing him. Yeah, they were
So
allowing
is
him to
Tony
finish the
Weeks.
rounds. Those rounds were ending up. It was like 3 or 4 rounds where he made it to the final bell, but it's because Kenny Bayless interjected.
Yes,
That's right. Now, one thing I do want to say though. Oh, hold on. Okay, before we do that, shout out to Tyler Durden. What's his name again now? Shit.
Tyler Durden.
Durden Boxing, who says Fury eating and jacking off worked well. Yeah, it did. Huh? By the way, we got a phone call. 904. You're on the air. 904.
If jacking off when you fight, you should be world champion as well. Stop.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. I'm not going to let you talk that way to one of our donors, man. All right. 904. You're on the air. 904.
Yeah, what's up, man? I mean, what's up to you guys' channel? I'm just saying, I want to talk about the fight, and I think, wow, I got to eat crow, even though I know it's easy to say in hindsight because you guys didn't hear me before. I always knew Tyson Fury had the skills, but I didn't think he was going to win. I just think he was going to make another mistake again like he did the first time. He made a simple mistake. And to be honest, I don't expect you to fight a flawless fight. You're always going to get hit. That's just a part of boxing. Mm-hmm. And I just thought he was going to make a simple mistake, and it was just going to be the end of him. He was going to get knocked out. Don't get me wrong. I always believed he had the ability to get up. I just thought he was just going to get knocked down like more than once, like he did the first time. But he showed me like what to do. And as far as the Kenny Bayless situation, don't get me wrong. Kenny Bayless is highly annoying. He breaks up clinches way too early. But I do think the point deduction was warranted. Tyson Fury was excessively holding, but I think that was the best game plan to have because if you're looking at fights, the best thing to do is pace yourself. And instead of just moving around a wing the whole time, he just held on way longer than he should have before like the referee broke him. And I was like, that was his way of like pacing himself. And I'm sorry, were you about to say something?
No, I was just saying that holding probably helped Wilder in the long run because it basically delayed his ass whooping. That's all it did. It delayed his ass whooping, mate.
But
it didn't mean anything.
Game plan to do that in the same run because he didn't want to get countered, so he held on after each right hand because he didn't want to get countered. That's the best way to do it because most fighters they'll just stand in front of you.
Klitschko made a living out of it, mate. Klitschko dominated for 10 years doing that. If you
got to do that same fucking move.
You got to do. That's a cronk move, that is, mate. But at the end of the day, you got to do what gets you the wins. At the end of the day, Vladimir Klitschko didn't care about exciting the American public. At the end of the day, did he? Never did because they hated him. They didn't want him fighting over there. But he didn't care.
Tyson Fury was having fun in that ring.
Yeah,
that's where Wilder was in trouble. When I started seeing that he's actually having a good time. Did you see him turn that uppercut when they were close, when they were kind of like in a clinch? Did you see Tyson Fury? Yeah, he threw that uppercut and it rocked Wilder. He got that from Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis used to do it a little bit vicious. He'll grab you behind your head.
A la Michael Grant.
Sugar Hill did a better job in 2 months with Tyson Fury than Ben Davison did in 5 camps. I'm telling you, he did.
But here's the thing, caller. Wow, here's the thing, man.
That's a good point.
Caller, yeah, it's a good point. But I will agree with you a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the whole clinching and grabbing the ass, and it's almost like sexual assault. If I were Wilder's lawyer, I would probably try to file a motion for sexual assault of some kind because that was really ugly. But on the other hand, on the other hand, don't you think that the big issue here should be that to look into Tyson Fury's maybe some occult investigator or something, because there's evidence now that we saw that he was licking his blood. Wilder really did seem depleted. Wilder really did seem depleted. He seemed depleted from the second round on. I think there's some vampirism going on here. I think we gotta get Van Helsing on and try to get something going.
The amount of fucking women Wilder's banged, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near his blood, mate. You know what? It's fucking.
Right.
Yeah, but I can say the same thing about Tyson Fury, man.
Tyson Fury,
I mean,
he might have left with the belt. Tyson Fury might have left with the belt, but he's gonna leave with some Hep C or some Hep D or something like that for looking at blood. But it's gonna be
the
fact of the matter.
Yeah, I'm super glad that he won. Because he could put that whole lineal title thing to rest. He could actually claim he's got a belt that he never had before in the WBC, and also he got the ring belt. Never mind the ring magazine, but the ring belt's pretty prestigious to me. It tells you who's number one.
Look, at the end of the day, I think he kept hanging on to that lineal thing because that WBC belt was taken from him. That's his belt. It was his belt before tonight. He won that fight. So, at the end of the day, when people say, well, Fury's not a champion, yeah, but in the real world, he would have been. But unfortunately, we're not in the real world when it comes to boxing, are we?
All right. First of all, good points, too, but I got to call you out. You got to stop saying at the end of the day. You've said it 15 times now since you've been on the show. If you say it one more time, you're out. You understand what I'm saying here? No answer?
Till this date.
Obviously, I'm joshing.
Hey, at the end of the day, I couldn't give two flying shits what you think, did you?
Oh, wait a minute. Is that you want to go there, Stu?
No, I'm only joking. I'm only kidding with you.
What are you doing?
Hey.
Man.
No. Look, mate, I'm just hyped. I'm just hyped. It's a big relief. The old nails were getting shorter by the night because there was a lot of pressure on me. I come on this show and I put my predictions, and I would have got a lot of stick tonight if it hadn't gone my way. So I said.
Say, Stu, imagine Stu, you get shit even when you don't make predictions. Imagine what would have happened if you would have had it wrong, man.
I get shit for predictions of fights that ain't even happened. And that's what I said to these guys. That's what I said to these guys. I said, "Come back to me after the fight." Oh, Stuart, you're well out of order, well off base. Stuart chatting shit again. I got all that. And now what? 7th round stoppage. Look on the form that Butcho's got. I want Vinny. Vinny wanted all the people's names that picked Fury to win by stoppage. Well, he's got my name. I'm here, Vinny. Where are you, son? I knew you wouldn't come. You like your hero, mate. You fold under
right
pressure.
now ODing on some coke.
Oh, come on. Listen, no.
He's like his hero, Deontay Wilder. He folds under pressure. Nowhere to be found, is he?
God forbid. All right, listen, caller.
Mr. Recognize.
All right, caller, we got to move on. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, that was pretty much it. There's the Fury.
All right. And look into that vampire thing because it was highly unusual the way Wilder looked.
Fight scout. How can I get lucky when I predicted it? I mean, fucking hell, like I said, Nostradamus himself would have been proud with that pick. I called it like I'd seen it in my sleep. Everything. It's not just. I mean, anyone could just pick a fight. Yeah, I'll pick that guy to win. I broke it down for you. I told you how it was going to end. I told you how the fight was going to go. I told you how Wilder would fall to pieces. I told you, the ref would even have to jump in the end. I knew it wouldn't be a KO lot. I just broke it down perfect. So, that's not luck, son. That's not luck.
And espíritu, man.
You know what? Oh, he speaks Latin. I gotta ask you something, guys, because we're talking about Fury and we're talking about how he's the lineal king now. He said it himself, the king is back. What do you think about Wilder, though? I mean, somebody said that, now nobody's going to respect Wilder. Wouldn't that be a mistake to think that?
That would be a mistake because not everybody's Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of. But I think I mentioned that.
Finish this point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Finish this point. The one thing I will say is that I think Wilder needs to revamp his game, and he needs to take some time off because I know the boy is hurting. There's no way, man. You take that kind of beating and you're gonna come right back and not expect. Because look, now people
No.
seen you knocked out. Now they've seen you get knocked out.
Yes.
Right now they're gonna start piecing everything together. You have bad boxing fundamental skills, and you could be knocked out. And all they gotta do is take away your right, and you're basically lost.
Yeah.
And
The thing is, though, the thing is that helps Wilder is there's not many Tyson Furies in the heavyweight division. There's not many guys that are going to do that to him. You know, look, he's going to have to. He's going to have to show his character, like Anthony Joshua did. He's bound. He's going to have to go through what Anthony Joshua did: the memes, the stick, the criticism, the people getting on his back. You know, the fans turning away from him. But he's going to have to come back and he's going to have to put on a good performance. I don't think Wilder's got it in his game to do what Joshua did on the back foot, pop shot your way to a points win. He can't do that. He's going to have to keep doing what he does. But he's going to have to, like I said, he got his weight wrong tonight. He got his weight wrong. He thought he already had, you know, he got everything wrong tonight. His game plan, his weight, everything was wrong.
And let's be real, he's not a spring chicken anymore. What is he, 35 by the time he comes back? 36?
5. I mean, what is he now? 34.
35,
We'll
I
see,
believe.
like I said, we'll see the character of Deontay Wilder, how he bounces back. Because, like I said, with a lot of fighters, when they've got a zero, they're full of confidence. But once that zero goes, their confidence just goes, and they're never the same fighters. They just don't have that killer instinct anymore. They lose it, and I just hope that's not the case with Wilder, because I do believe that there's still big fights for Wilder. I'd like to see Joshua Wilder, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Oh,
Immediate
yeah,
rematch
definitely.
wouldn't be good. He got destroyed, and I know that Lennox Lewis pulled it off. I don't think that was immediate, but Joshua just did it. But I don't think that'd be the same outcome for Wilder, because it wasn't like just a one-punch thing. You know, he got his ass handed to him. This one.
Look, I still favour Wilder to beat Joshua at the moment. Joshua has to do a lot more to convince me than pop shot his way to a points win against a slob.
But he's still a puncher, though. Joshua he's got the same KO ratio as Wilder.
Yes. He's a very good fighter, Joshua. But I just need that one more performance, you know, because he could go in there and get knocked out by Pulev. You never know with Joshua. That's how it is with me now. I'm not the confidence I had in him when he lost. Let's be real, Andy Ruiz. He's a good fighter, but he's not. When you lot were calling in the best of the division, it made my stomach curl just hearing it. The guy's nowhere near he's like top 5 at best. And Joshua,
But I think Wilder
to lose like that against him, you know,
I think the kind of beating Wilder took, he could be damaged goods, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, guys,
Joshua proved what a character is, because he took a beating and he bounced back, got his belts back, and he came in good shape. It was a better performance. He improved from the defeat. So that shows me what a character Joshua is. I don't know if Wilder's got that in him. I think, like I said, that aura of the baddest man on the planet, the destructive puncher that no one can beat, that's gone. Fury's just battered him for fucking 7 rounds, so that's gone. And like I said, he could never be the same guy.
And when you actually get a busted eardrum, that's pretty sensitive, because the ears are very, very sensitive, and it's like a speaker. If you puncture like a speaker, like let's say with a pencil, it's never.
It's going to take him a couple of months. I say probably a year to be out, but
it'll heal up, G Boogie. But the scarring, it's like a speaker. It'll be like putting a patch on the speaker. He's gonna have problems with that ear.
All right. For some reason,
it's going to be 6 months before that guy even starts training again, because it's not just his eardrum. It's fucking. It's not just his eardrum that's hurt. It's pride.
His pride.
Yeah, his mental pride. Yeah, and that takes months. Some fighters go deep depression after defeats. We don't see it. We just mock them on the internet afterwards, but we don't see.
And I just want to say this: Wilder as a person, I don't really have an issue with him. I actually think he's a humble person in his own way. He may say stupid things, and he says a lot of dumb things, and he's not really like a really bright guy. But more important, and I hope they're listening. I'm so excited because you Wilder fanboys on YouTube got exactly what you deserve. You guys ain't shit. Try to tell you this guy's not Okay, maybe that's a little too far. But look,
just
you guys, way too arrogant.
Yeah.
A guy who's very limited boxer, a very limited boxer.
Yeah,
Hey,
and Tyson Fury.
And he got exposed by a boxer tonight.
Yeah,
By
Vinny
Fury,
McCullen?
Fury
by a
turned out the
boxer.
lights on
Did
his
Vinny
suit,
Mac
didn't he?
call in? Where's Vinny
Fury
Mac?
turned
No,
the
Vinny
lights
Mac
off on
hasn't
his
called.
suit.
And you
Where's
know what?
that
It's
game?
interesting. Can I say something about that? Recognize. You make a good point because I told Bucho this one time, and I think I've mentioned it on the show before that we're boxing fans here. We like to talk boxing, but this whole outside of the ring drama that goes on between boxing fans and people on the internet, it comes to us. We don't necessarily go looking for it. So we got a lot of it when Errol Spence was about to fight Sean Porter, and we had all these people saying Errol Spence is going to run through him, and most of us here were saying, look, Sean Porter's no joke. If you think Errol Spence should bypass all the divisions already and go to middleweight, and where some people were saying he could beat Canelo. Anyway, long story short, we call it right. So at the end of the day, we're boxing fans. Things seem to arrive at a certain point where if you say stupid shit, it's gonna get exposed eventually in boxing, man. And today, those people that said that Wilder was invincible and all that, it didn't seem to happen. Now, can I just say something real quick here in regards to you guys were talking about Wilder, whether he can come back from this mentally? Well, turns out he's already making excuses, as most fighters do, by the way. It's normal, but this time he's saying, my side threw in the towel and I'm ready to go out on my shield. But he said later on also that he came into the fight with an injured leg.
Yeah, he always says that when he don't get a stoppage. He said it in the Stavern first fight, a hand injury. He said it in the first Fury fight. You know, he carrying a few nicks here. And look, mate, his pride's hurt. There's going to be excuses. Like I said, this guy's a bully. He's used to punching people and then falling over. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Yeah, listen,
you know
this
what
guy...
it reminds me of? It reminds me of his brother, Marcellus Wallace, Wilder. How he became all this and all that, and then when he got knocked out, it just deflated him.
Oh yeah, he got deflated a little bit too afterwards. Listen, these fighters, they have to tell themselves that type of stuff. They have to lie to themselves and say, listen, I wasn't 100%. Because, I mean, you can't admit that that you were 100% and that the other guy was at 100% and he beat you. You know, there's always has to be something that was wrong. That's the way these guys look at it. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the LDBC here. Excuses. So basically, Wilder was too heavy.
Fury.
His corner.
Butcho's fucking loving this, isn't he? Butcho's loving it.
Walder's corner don't know shit. Like now they're blaming Walder's corner, and so they're gonna blame it on his trainer.
Look on the.
Go ahead.
But Butcher, look on the bright side, right? Yeah, the YouTube community, which has been a fucking haven for fucking heathens. It's been a hellhole to be around. It's like, have you ever seen that film? Have you seen that film Lean on Me, when that guy goes into the school, just gets all the wrong uns, gathers them up and kicks them out, and cleans the school up straight away? Well, that's how the boxing community feels like now. Just cleaned up just by this one performance from Tyson Fury. They're going to go missing because a lot of these guys, they're not boxing fans. They've invested in one human being, and now he's just took a hiding. They're going to go missing, and it's going to be a better place for it.
He kind of deserves it.
He kind of
go ahead,
deserves
Bucho.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm seeing somebody now they're complaining about Tyson Fury's antics, the blood leaking. You know, he was leaking Wilder's blood or whatever. Now they're complaining about that.
But wait a minute. Wilder, every time he dances, every time he knocks somebody out, those weren't antics.
Yeah, blowing kisses
every time he says he wants to kill somebody in the ring.
Exactly.
That doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like I said, Butcho, earlier, I said the thing is with Wilder, I said when you say things like that, it can come back to haunt you. You know, when you said about we want to kill people in front of their kids in the ring and stuff, he could have been the one that fucking got badly hurt in there tonight. Thank God that Mark Breland put his job on the line by throwing that towel. Because like I said earlier, Mark Breland will be out of a job in the morning. But the thing is,
the Fury
the right thing to do.
Too. I want to give Tyson Fury his props too, because even in the last interview that they had with both of them on the stage, and he said something about Deontay Wilder was saying that, oh, it's Black History Month, but I got my Alabama Slammer and all this. And then Tyson Fury said, you know, I don't talk. Well, when that interviewer or somebody asked him the question, he said, "You know what? I decline to answer that question because you're making it in a racial term, and this is not a racial term. This is not a black man against a white man. This is two boxers, professional boxers, that's putting it on the line. You don't need to come with that comment to me. So I reject your comment."
When was that?
Definitely.
When was
Look,
that? Hold on, G Boogie. When was that?
That was I believe it was the last before the weigh-in, the day before that.
Okay. By the way, let me just get something real quick, Gonzalo, please. The Killer just donated via the super chat. Shout out to the Killer who says, "Oh boy." He says, "Fury broke his jaw, messed up his ear. All that was missing was that he should have pissed in his face." Shout out to recognize the legend. All right. Thank you, the Killer. Oh, and also another thing. Hold on. X, 100% X is in the chat. My good friend, 100% X. And he says that the fight was fixed. Fury was sucking his blood out and draining his soul. Sketchy. All right. Well, call in X.
Mr.
Call in.
BDA,
Yes.
Mr. BDA, here's a comment. It looked fixed. It looked fixed. Notice Floyd didn't show up tonight, so it looks.
Oh, so it's Floyd's fault. Yeah.
Floyd has I'll tell you what, though, you've got these fucking boxers these days. I mean, most of them have got very good acting careers ahead of them. You got Kovalev, who fixed the fight, sleeping on the fucking ropes. I mean, he played a masterpiece in that. Then you've got Wilder, who's prepared to have a fucking bust eardrum, a bust lip, falling all over the canvas just to throw a fight. I mean, these guys. I mean, Denzel Washington should really watch out because it might be Deontay Wilder in the next Equalizer.
Yeah. Look, let's face it. There's no racism involved because look, he's named from a fighter that's name is Tyson and Mike Tyson. He hired a guy that's a African American guy. From the other side, it got stopped by his corner, who's a black man, not the white guy. And at the end of the day, he was calling him Big Mama, and he said he was pillow-fisted. And to tell you the truth, he was saying, "No, I'm offering you the biggest payday. I'm offering you the biggest payday." And no, to tell you the truth, none of these guys were actual superstars. But today, Tyson Fury walked away with that status.
Oh,
hey, you guys want to laugh? You guys want to laugh? You guys want to really fucking laugh? Remember Wilder visited the Pope? And he went to Europe and all that shit?
Yeah.
All right. Here we have the Mason Briggs saying Wilder should have never visited the Pope in Europe.
Well, he's right.
Goodness.
He might be right. He might be right.
He might be right.
Hey, how about? Hey, I tell you what. I tell you what. His fucking rapper friend didn't do him no favors tonight, did he? I mean, let's be real.
True.
I mean, coming in with that bullshit fucking intro song and getting his boy whooped.
Hey, Stu, wouldn't it be funny if the fight was in Africa and they would have said that it was a succubus because even though Tyson Fury licked his blood or whatever, that it was draining him because of succubus.
Hey, by the way, hold on. Real quick. Sorry, Stu. Real quick. Medardo Garcia just donated, and shout out to Medardo, and he says, "Congrats to Fury. Did Wilder look any different?" No, he did not, man. Thank you, Medardo, for your contribution.
Hey.
What?
Here's a funny comment. Kenny Bayless must be on the take now.
Oh, come on.
He let Fury choke Wilder all night.
Where are you reading this?
Oh my God.
Where are you reading this?
Oh my fucking God.
People.
What's the matter? Bayless didn't take enough. What's the matter? Bayless didn't take enough points from you. Look, since I've been alive, referees have always give a fighter a warning before taking a point. Sometimes 3 or 4. Not one warning. Just point. Look, Bayless looked scared. You could see it in his eyes. His fucking Kermit the Frog eyes were popping out of his head. He knew that not even he could help Wilder. The judges were sitting there crapping their pants because their scorecards weren't going to mean anything. Let's be real. All angles covered with Tyson Fury tonight. Like I said, take all these fucking corrupt bastards out of the game by getting the stoppage. And there's no arguments.
He's another gem, people. Fury hit him behind the head in round 3. Wilder never recovered.
Can I just ask where you're reading this so people can go see it too? What is that?
Champ side.
Okay, I thought it was going to be a Black Israelite thing.
They're Black Israelites, and they usually have more views than us. But right now they have like less views than us, much more less.
All right, well, listen, it's not about the views, man. It's not about the views. But I will say.
What's wrong with this guy? Am I kidding me or what?
By the way, hold on. Sorry, Bucho, we got a phone call.
We've never cared about.
Yeah, go ahead, Stu. Go ahead.
No, I just said we've never cared about views. If we did, we'd be licking Wilder's ass all the time.
Or his blood.
That's
Or his
that's
blood.
what gets you views.
Right.
Yeah, these
All
are
right.
black supremacists.
We got a phone call here. Weird ass number. Yes, go ahead. Caller, you're on the air. You need to understand that this is not a joke. Ah, no. Hold on. No, sorry. Hold on. Okay. All right, hung up on it. It was the same. I knew it was a fucking number, man. Weird ass number. All right. Or what? You guys want me to call to answer that same caller?
Yeah, he's kind of interesting.
Nah. Well, we'll see if we have time because we have a lot of things to get to here. But all right. So Bucho, you're reading that on Champ's side. Now, Bucho, were you? Come on, I gotta ask you because you and Stu were one of the guys that were really pressing for Fury stoppage when he dropped them. I mean, I hear your voice is a little hoarse. I mean, that must have been because you were screaming, right?
Oh man, I was screaming like fucking a maniac, man.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like a maniac? You're a maniac. But
Look,
anyway, yeah.
look, I was nervous till then, right? Wilder was throwing that right hand, weren't he? And he was letting it go in the early rounds. I was nervous, but as soon as Wilder went down, I looked in his eyes and I just thought, man, I think he don't want it. You know, he don't want it. And like with the eardrum as well, I mean, it was a matter of, I just started to calm down. I just thought it's a matter of time. I thought the fight should have been stopped a bit earlier than it was. I think Wilder was, every time Wilder was he was taking like these small, feeble jabs off Wilder, and he was fucking like falling back, nearly falling on the ground and all sorts. Just had no strength in his legs. He could have got badly hurt tonight. Really
I saw the same thing. BDA, we got that on that second list when all of us picked on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got that last chart complete because we picked the corner, we picked the cutmans, we picked everything on that thing.
But actually, we made a mistake with the corner because I remember we said Wilder had the better corner, the more consistent corner, and it turns out that they were complete.
I'm blaming you on that one.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Me? No. But, yeah, man, that corner, they should have stopped the fight 2 rounds before the 7th. Because you could see when each time they got separated, Wilder was just lurching forward. He looked like he was drunk. I'm telling you, maybe he did get his blood sucked or something. Because Tyson Fury, let's call him now Tranquila or Tysonula or something. Because, I mean, there was...
You should get that soundbite. Go look at. There's a show that they had when they were showing, a documentary about Muhammad Ali and Foreman. They had this African lady, and they said, "Oh, that Foreman was saying that he had a succubus," and on that documentary, they showed the African lady singing, and she was going, some crazy ass shit. It was funny as hell.
I think Foreman said that some one of them witches took dust in his face, and he reckons that's what.
Yeah, and blew it in his face.
Yeah, well, she took some sort of dust in his face, and then after that, he said he got cut the next day in sparring. Then he wasn't allowed to leave.
90 seconds.
So
guys,
think what you want of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's going to be like Butch saying, those conspiracies. Speaking of, well, we got a caller, 267. You're on the air, 267.
Yo, boys. I called in once before. It's Jay from Philly. I know y'all don't know me, but I fucking love all y'all. There's only one Tyson fucking Fury.
That's it, my man. That's
60 seconds.
Well, who did you pick?
Yo,
Gypsy King.
I won $1,500 tonight. If that lets you know who I picked.
Holy moly! Hey, send us
That's
a couple
a nice one.
Send us a couple of drinks.
I won 400. And yo, listen.
Good for you, bro.
They call me like the baby.
Butcho, by the sounds of it, you've already spent that 400.
All right, sorry.
Hey, listen.
Hey, that's a good win, Cole.
There's not that nice of escorts in Philadelphia, Stu.
There aren't.
He's trying to get himself a chick right now.
Take me another 2 nights.
Sweet Caroline.
Well, listen, you're not that far away from New York. Maybe you could take some of your winnings over there and get yourself one of those escorts
man,
wiener.
I'm gonna spend it on the dirt escorts in Philly, baby.
All right.
10
anyway,
seconds.
Shit, man.
You're gonna spend it on Ching Ling.
two rounds.
Hey, go and get yourself a nice sister from Philly just to top the night off.
Oh, come on. Now, wait a minute. What?
Hey,
I'm kidding,
no,
mate.
listen, I get the sisters for free.
I'm just trying to wind the
I get the sisters for free.
LDBC.
I'm
Make
getting
them
me a
even more
Russian,
angry.
Stu. Hey,
My
hey,
time
hey,
tonight.
you heard me? I get the sisters for free. I'm getting me a Russian.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah,
There you go.
Get yourself one of those women that looks like Lomachenko's sister, not like his father.
Oh,
Then you're
one of the ones that looks
That'd be
like
nice.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get yourself one of those Russian women that look like Lomachenko's father, because then you're in trouble, baby. But all right, so you ended up winning. Well, good for you. How confident were you in your pick?
I was telling everybody I was 80% confident.
80%.
Because I kind of like broke down the odds in my head of like the ways Tyson Fury could win and the way Wilder could win.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, it's 1 in 5. And everyone else like who was asking me like, who should I bet on? Who should I bet on? I was like, don't bet tonight. I had one guy who didn't listen to me and he ended up winning $1,000, I think. But yeah, I wasn't confident on this fight, but I put money down earlier in the week, and then as the walkouts were happening, I put more down. But yeah, no, that was incredible. That's everything I've been talking about for like the past couple of months happened, and it just feels.
Hey, caller.
That
Let me ask you a
Wilder,
question, caller.
The
When
aura
did you
of
realize the fight was
invincibility
over?
is over. Like it's done.
Caller, Recognize wants to know. Yeah, well, ask him.
Hey, caller, I wanted to know. I want to know when did you realize this fight was over? You was gonna win this. Like, what round did you start saying, yeah, Fury got this?
All right, so you want to know, Recognize? I was fucking terrified in round 1. I was like, shit. I shit my pants when Wilder landed that fucking right hand because I was like, fuck. If he just hit him with that, it's gonna land later and he's gonna fucking knock Fury down.
Mm-hmm.
But then I kind of like the second round, I was thinking, and I watched the replay, and I was like, you know what? He hit him with that right hand, and it didn't really even phase him. And it was around, I guess, round 3, and then it was the first time he dropped him, which was, I guess, I'm drunk at this point. It was round 3 or round 4.
Second round.
Round 3. Round 3. Yep.
Round 3. Yeah, round 3
Yep,
was when I really started thinking about, okay, that right hand, it didn't even phase him. And then he dropped Wilder, and I was just like, oh shit, this is over. Because I hang out with a bunch of boxing heads, and for some fucking reason, these dudes are all nice boxers. They fucking root for PBC guys every single time. And they all just turned to me and looked at me, and they were like, I thought I was about to get murked in a room full of fucking PBC guys.
All right, so hold on. You said there were PBC guys. You said they were gonna kill you. So what color skin?
In enemy territory.
So what color skin were these fellas that you're talking about?
Honestly, you want to know what the majority of them were?
No, I don't want to know. I was kidding. Jesus, it turns out I was right. Asian? What? I mean, what?
Asians.
You were hanging around with a bunch of Polynesians, right? Or not Polynesians? What the Gurkhas? What are they called again?
Chinese. I was hanging around with a bunch of dang Manchus.
Oh.
They really wanted Wilder.
Well, go get yourself checked out for Corona. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to spend those $1,000. But anyway, listen, caller, we got to move on, but we're happy to hear that you won. Anything else you want to say before we move on?
Nah, man, you guys are all great. Thanks for taking the call. Peace.
Thank you, man. Thank you for calling and enjoy those winnings.
Enjoy that money, man. Enjoy that money. Get yourself a nice one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
They must have joined the PBC with the Manny Pacquiao wave of people.
I'll tell you what, mate.
Yeah,
and there's such a nice, happy vibe tonight on this channel. I mean, it's just like it's good to be around. Isn't it?
It's relieving.
Positivity and happiness. You know, and like this is.
I'm just happy somewhere
this
right
fight
now.
has cheered a lot of people up. Let's just say that.
I'm just happy right now. There's some LDVC
me
fangirls crying right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it gives you the will to carry on doing it, doesn't it? You know?
And Vinnie Mac is crying somewhere in a fetal position.
Vinnie Mac, you're listening?
This is typical Vinny, though. This is typical Vinny. I said before, I said, you better be on this show after the fight. I knew you'd fucking bottle it. You know, just You're talking about, I want this list. Everyone that picked Fury, I want the list. I've got the list for your ear. Where are you? The list is here.
I just got a weird text message from X.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He says, okay, this is what he said. Laugh now. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Oh no! I mean,
what does that mean?
The thing is about X, man. Some poor old white guy's going to get fucking happy slapped tonight, isn't he? X is going to take it out on the first old person he sees.
Hey guys, breaking news. Apparently 78 Sports gave the 2 first rounds to Deontay Wilder.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure.
Wait a minute.
When he was getting while he was getting bashed in and his face broken up, he's giving the round to Wilder.
I think he must have given him the first round for coming in the ring with that fucking suit on.
Fury dominated him in the first round and the second round and the whole fight.
Hey guys, I had another gem here. Wilder looked drugged. He was drugged.
But you know what, Bucho? Hey, people, fucking Klitschko fans, remember that? That were telling me that when Brewster beat him, he was drugged, he looked drugged. Listen, Klitschko blew his wad in that fight, and in this fight, Wilder got caught by a 270-pound man who kept pressing him forward, kept leaning on him, kept whacking him over the head with those big hands of his, and that's what happened.
Hey, here's another gem from some sort of Einstein over here.
Uh-oh.
Why don't Wilder trainers teach him boxing technique? Well, that's a question that we've been asking ourselves for fucking 5 years, man. So
It's like when you get a dog, right? When you get a dog, you got to teach it when it's young, right? When it's still young and fresh and green. That's when you teach it. You don't you don't teach it when it's like fucking 8 years old. You know, you just not look. There's no teaching Wilder now. You could polish up on a few things with his game plan. I doing anything different now. You've just, you've got to work what you've got with, and that's what a lot of trainers don't do. They try to overcomplicate things with fighters. You can't make a fighter do what he can't do. Like Paulie Malignaggi said to David Haye the other day on that show. He said, "You're trying to make Wilder fight like David Haye." The way Haye was breaking it down, what Wilder's going to do, and Malignaggi had it spot on. You just use what you've got. What did Emmanuel Stewart do with Vladimir Klitschko? He used what he had and turned him into an all-time great that reigned for 10 years.
All right, we got a donation. We got a donation from S the Killer again, and he says, "Fury versus Wilder is basically Floyd versus Gotti." Was it that one-sided?
Makes sense. Hey guys, another gem here. Fury was the better man. Okay, much respect. Okay, we need that rematch with a different team.
We need a rematch.
Unless Wilder's going to fucking
Fury's team.
Wilder's going to need to get the fucking Avengers in if he wants to win that fucking.
By the way, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm on the Sherdog section on the boxing section of Sherdog, and remember that guy that also said that if Fury won, it all started with the busted temple, that right hand to Wilder's side. This guy saying good performance by Fury, but it was effectively over when he busted his eardrum. Wilder was bleeding. Brave performance, but Fury may have ended up winning regardless, but that busted eardrum decided the fight. Now, Bucho, we said that. Bucho, we said that when Stu and I were talking about that before everybody else got on, about how. No, actually, everybody else was here too as well. We could say the same thing about Wilder versus Fury in the last fight, in the first one. Well, if it wasn't for that last right hand he landed in the 12th round, the knockdown never happens and we never get a rematch. But I mean, he threw a punch, he busted up his eardrum. That's what happens in boxing.
Well, where are we going to stop? If Wilder didn't get punched in the face, he'd have won tonight.
Exactly.
I mean, is that where we're going to go with this?
The whole theory that he needed to be perfect, that Fury needed to be perfect for 12 entire rounds, and that he only needed to be perfect for 2 seconds went away after that punch because he was not going to win that fight.
I've been saying that shit, man.
But he wasn't perfect for 1 second of that fight. Never mind 2.
Yeah, it was over essentially.
Did you see how he rolled with those obvious overhand straight right? How he rolled with those punches? Because he threw those with bad intentions. I'm talking about like the first round and the second.
Yeah, he did. I
He
fucking
threw it
shit
with
my
bad
pants when he
intentions.
started throwing them.
But he just Fury rolled with it like it was like he knew it was coming, and he had it. He had a hat on it like from the minute he let it go.
Look, to be honest with you, right? What we're not forgetting here, Fury was actually in third gear. Fury had more gears, you know.
Yeah, of course he did.
Look at this comment. I rarely get this emotionally invested in a fight. Bullshit. I usually look at this guy. I usually tell myself it's just a sport. Something about this one was different. Of course, it was different for you. This was more than just a fight to me. This was more than just a fight to me. This was devastating. This one was for the people. The people. What is he talking about? Yeah, regardless, it hurts. But you know what? It's still a bomb squad. There you have it.
Oh my! No, that's gonna be a joke, man.
Was that suicide? Was that suicide note you just read out?
Was that dead game?
That's what it sounded like, Stu.
Nah, man, give that gang some credit. Like that game.
That's the sort of thing.
Guy,
that's the sort of thing
thought,
these shooters fucking write before they go and
that
fucking
game was
murder other people.
You're a nice guy, but that don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this.
That game thought that this was a dangerous fight.
Look at this comment. Beautiful. It says, LDBC, I got love for y'all. So he loves LDBC. Y'all ride with y'all fighters through thick and thin. But y'all gotta start keeping things more real and recognize more than just skin color. And then I reply. This is the reply. This is the reply. No thanks. Would ride with the black fighter every time. And then
what?
Yeah, that's right.
My God. I mean, okay. First, let's go back to the first comment that you read. That the guy who was saying this was more than a fight for me. This was for the people. This just goes to validate. Because I mean, obviously, some people are gonna say, "Well, that's just one commenter." No, Butch already doled out about a dozen of those, and we can back it up with other comments that we've seen throughout our span here on the YouTube community. For them, boxing, they're not even real boxing fans. They're rooting for the guy that looks for them because he's beating up all these people. And most of these fans of Wilder, that's what they want to do to other people. They want to beat him up because they're angry and they don't know what else to do. So let's just smash people like Wilder's doing inside the ring. I mean, come on. What else? Why else would they say that this was for the people? Why are you so invested in a fight? I mean, look, somebody's going to say, oh, well, you guys were nervous too. Yeah, we're nervous because it's a boxing fight. We didn't want a whole bunch of fucking LDBC people here flooding us here. It is what it is. I'm trying to, as the host, and Butch should be too, because he's the co-host, staying a little bit more neutral. But look, if the shoe was on the other, if the foot was on the other shoe, come on, you're telling us we wouldn't be getting lots of shit
tonight. If Wilder won tonight, mate, it would have been a toxic, disgusting place to be, and these guys would have been. It would have been bearable. Look, we've been quite humble tonight, considering, because If this was, like I said, a few days ago, we would have really put it on you. But because it was so easy, it's just no point us mocking you because, it was just, we knew what was going to happen after the second round. We were just waiting for it to happen. I mean, Wilder got dominated for every second of that fight. And he didn't just get dominated. He got the brakes beat off him.
And not for nothing.
It's a long way. It's a long way back for Wilder and his fans. Because let's be real, a lot of the Wilder fans are invested in Wilder alone. Not boxing. See, when one of my favourite guys I'm here on the show the next day, just carrying on. My life goes on. I don't get invested in fighters. Fighters come and go in my life, just like women. Don't get invested.
Oh, hey, you sound like Robert De Niro in Heat. Never get involved in anything more that you can walk away from.
Well, the thing is, when you get invested in a fighter, you know, fighters lose fights. What happens then when he gets beat? Then what? What are you going to do? You know, you've got nothing to talk about anymore. So what do? You disappear.
Let me lay it out for you.
Not a boxing fan if you invest in one.
I will never talk negative about Deontay. He's still our champ. There you have it. Our champ. It will be a bigger comeback. It will be a bigger comeback.
I want to say something about this. Stu keeps getting shit for the Kell Brook Errol Spence fight. He'll make a video that has nothing to do with Errol Spence, and people will come in and say, Stu's still mad that Errol Spence beat up Kell Brook. Another thing. When Wilder got beat Ortiz the first time, there were a couple of Wilder fans coming in here saying, "Ha ha ha," because I'm Mexican, so they assumed I was rooting for the Cuban, and one guy even said, "Ha ha, Latinos always losing, we dominating." We, as if he's the one, doing the ass kicking.
We know what he meant. We know what. But he won't. He's not saying that tonight, is he? That's the last thing on his mind right now.
But that's what I wanted to get at, Stu. Because listen, this past week we wanted to do a fun show where we get everybody's opinion. The BDA channel, for some reason, has a reputation amongst some sections of the LDBC where they think we're this white supremacists, even though it's as YouTube even said it. They gave us a plaque that we're the most diverse boxing channel on YouTube. That's not 100% accurate, but anyway, that's what they said. Also, we've been trying to open up the phone lines, that even StreamYard, that anybody can jump on the StreamYard. Nobody bit because they didn't want to debate. They didn't want to talk. They didn't, not even debate, just talk. Let's talk. That's what we do here. We talk boxing. We talk about the fights and analyze it. But if we would have picked Fury and we would have been wrong, you bet your. Remember when Golovkin had a bad performance against Evchenko Bucho, and all of these people that never showed up, all of a sudden a horde of new people showed up. What happened to Golovkin? What happened? Because they think we're, Golovkin fangirls. They think we root for Golovkin every fight. We just respect his skills. But they came out of the woodwork saying, haha, what happened? But they never do come in during regular shows. Yes.
BDA. Look at this comment.
Hold on. Let G Boogie want to say something. Go ahead, G Boogie.
Yeah, go ahead, G Boogie.
That's the thing. We, like Stu said, we don't have a horse in the race. We just like boxing, so we call it as it is, straight and narrow.
We try to,
regardless if our opinions affects other people, but it's not our intentions to affect you in a bad way. It's just is that we're trying to understand ourselves as well as the viewers, a perspective.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Hey, by the way, Bucho, can I ask you something based off of that? Yes. What G Boogie just said? Because we're trying to keep it real, but there's certain people out there that they're not. They're just riding the coattails of other people. So Nordic Warrior in the chat room says something. I asked an interesting question that you've already touched upon in private conversations. He says the LDBC have already forgotten about Deontay Wilder and are looking for the next hype job. Well, he says black hype job, but you know what he means right there. He's saying what it is. These people are obsessed with race. So
they're on suicide watch. Look, Spence is fucking disabled at the moment. We don't even know if that guy's going to come back. Right? You've got no one's looking impressive. Like Wilder was their man. He's just got absolutely destroyed, mutilated. Look, you've got Devin Haney coming off a shocking performance. They need to step up their game. Some of these American guys, because like I said. There's not really. There's Terrence there. Terrence has not looked great himself recently. So, yeah, man. This is what happens when you don't fight elite fighters. You sort of get dragged down to your opponent's levels, and that's what a lot of these American fighters do. They have uncomfortable nights, but when they get put in the deep end, they fucking can't swim.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, the guy that they don't back, and you mentioned Terrence Crawford, he's most likely the one that's going to come out on top of all the Americans.
That's true. Everything.
Mr. BDA.
Yes.
It was hard to watch, for he represented us well.
What the fuck? They're insane. Oh man. Okay, keep going. Sorry, I'm just in disbelief.
But he believed in his power and not his craft. I believed in his power as well. I still ride with Wilder, but I'm not sure that he can ever beat Fury.
Oh,
at least he's honest.
Butcher should be a narrator, man. He's fucking got that voice.
By the way, can I read a comment that I found here from Ring Magazine? The Ring TV. Put it up on the YouTube too. This guy's saying, he says, yeah, but from another point of view, we didn't really get a ref for this fight that's going to allow inside fighting. When Bayless didn't break it up immediately, I specifically remember Tyson sinking in a nice uppercut in the clinch. So yeah, okay, Tyson initiated the clinch more often than not, but you can't say the ref really gave each fighter the chance to work out of it to be effective in the clinch. What do you guys think? Is that?
I think Kenny Bayless prevented Wilder getting even worse of a last whooping because he didn't allow Fury to work inside, and that's where Fury, like I said, that's where Fury would get to Wilder. That's where he'd, like, when everyone was saying, "Oh, don't get close to Wilder," Wilder throws nothing in the pocket. He just you saw that for yourself. Nothing was coming back, and look, Bayless was there to protect Wilder as much as he could. I mean, he took a point away from Fury without even warning the guy. I mean, was it even a point away? I mean, I've seen a lot worse holding than that. I mean, Andre Ward, if that's a point taken off, Andre Ward should have had about 30 points taken off in his career. So, yeah, come on, man. I mean, look, Kenny Bayless is the most corrupt referee in boxing today. And how that guy keeps getting these big fights. Look, Al Heyman, to the fact that Kenny Bayless was there tells me that the Wilder camp was fucking scared. They were scared about this fight. The fact that they had Bayless there to protect him tells me everything we need to know.
That's a good point, man. I mean, this whole thing with the referees, I mean, it was sketchy coming in, but okay. I see 100% X in the chat room, by the way, saying Fury stabbed Wilder in the ring. I have inside knowledge of these things, you demons. All right, X. I think X needs to go to bed now. But you know what? It's interesting though, because now we got, like Stu said, Fury Wilder 3 probably won't be happening. The money is in the Fury Joshua fight. I mean, imagine if they do that in England. I mean, I don't see why they would do it in the United States when you get two, unless Las Vegas is willing to offer up a nice, juicy, what's it called, side fee that would make the network say, you know what, yeah, let's put it in the United States. What do you guys think? Let's go in order, real quick. Gonzalo, if Joshua Fury happens, who do you pick?
That's a good fight. I'll probably have to pick Fury, because Triangle Theory would suggest, oh yeah, Fury beat a good version of Klitschko, but he outboxed him, and Klitschko had power. So I think that Klitschko and Joshua have like similar chins, and if he implies his style of boxing, not just boxing but laying it on him, yeah, he's got more of a variables. He can punch and he can box. Well, I don't. Joshua could do the same, but I think he would just get beat in both departments. Maybe Joshua got the edge in power, but still, he's got that weak chin.
The thing is, the way I see that fight going, Fury wins it any way he wants. He wins it on the back foot, schooling Joshua, or he can win it in the pocket. Joshua's very vulnerable himself. Joshua's not got no tank. I mean, if Ruiz had brought it to Joshua, look, Joshua he still reacts quite weirdly when people are throwing shots at him. He doesn't get out of the way of these shots. He just like fucking. You know what I mean? No, I just think Fury beats him again. I don't know, man. It's a hard one. I need to think about this fight. You know,
back foot's not gonna work because Fury's 6'9". He's not 5'10" like Ruiz.
That's what I'm trying to say. If Joshua's gonna have to come forward, that's not gonna suit him really, because Fury will outbox him at distance. But I think Fury can also, take his tank from him as well, because Joshua's got no tank. Don't care what anyone says, and he's quite vulnerable as well around the whiskies. So, look, Joshua can land, but I think if Wilder can't knock Fury out, I think Joshua's going to have a problem.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, Joshua is a little bit of a better counterpuncher. Boogie, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I was gonna go off of that right there. What you said, BDA. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay. I look at it like this: when Joshua fought Klitschko, which Stu is correct, he might have a suspect chin, but he got caught from Klitschko with a quick punch. That's what put him down. But he redeemed himself. So and then with Ruiz, he fought a shorter person that was faster hands than him on the first fight. So he knew he had to readjust himself. So by that being said, he'll be punching up on the taller Tyson Fury, and that'll be more of an advantage for Joshua. So I will think, in my case, for now, I believe that Joshua will win.
Well, listen, that's very interesting, man. Because again, the fight, they haven't even begun negotiations as far as we know. So it's gonna be interesting to see how people change their picks if we go along with it. Recognize, what do you think?
Look, we kind of like judge fights on their last performance, including myself. I do the same thing too. I think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight right now. Period. So that to me, I would obviously by saying that I think that he would beat Joshua, but the counterpunching ability that you and G Boogie talked about, it's not going to be that easy. Anthony Joshua will have his chances to win those fights.
Yeah. But I just think with Joshua.
Now I would say this. I'm sorry, you say?
Go ahead, Recognize.
No, okay. What I would say is this: that Joshua is gonna have to get a bigger gas tank for this fight.
That's what I was thinking.
Because if not, I don't think he gets battered all over the place like Wilder did for every second of the fight. Okay, but he will catch him with some shots early. Fury will pace himself, seeing the bigger picture to get him into those later rounds, and then those taps, those taps that are thuds from a guy that big, will start breaking him down, and I could see him stopping Anthony Joshua.
That's where I'm going. I'm going with the only reason is, like I said, Joshua's a very good counterpuncher. Fury, if he gets sloppy, like he did a couple of times, so he got sloppy, you're going to be on the end of a big. I just with Joshua, like I said, I think you're going to need a tank to beat Tyson Fury. You got to be there for 12 rounds, putting it on him. I just don't think I see that Joshua. Like I said, on the back foot, he can't win it like he did against Ruiz. I just don't think he has the boxing skills to outbox Tyson Fury. It's like I said, Joshua's not really knocking people out in him. I mean, I know he hits hard in both hands, but when he's stepping up to the top guys, that weren't 40 years old like Povetkin. He's not really getting them out of there. Ruiz hung around for 24 rounds. Joseph Parker barely had a mark on him. So look, Fury's going to take some stopping. If, like I said, Wilder landed his best right hand of his life on Fury, and he still got up. So I don't know.
Somebody in the chat named Ralph Unreal said that he has a 65-35% for Fury. I see it something like that. Yeah, something.
Yeah,
something
I can see
60-40. 60-40, I'd go with 60-40. Oh, look, this is no mismatch. Don't get me wrong. It's not a miss. Look, Joshua will do a lot better than Wilder did tonight. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely will be.
Stu? I think that, if Wilder ever thinks that he is going to make like big money, that he's got to take the rematch with Wilder, because that's the guaranteed paycheck, the only one. Because the Joshua fight fell through for the $100 million. That's not happening anymore. This is the only fight that is guaranteed on the rematch.
Hey, that's a good point there, Gonzalo. You just brought up the money. If Deontay Wilder would have taken, now he's got to rebuild himself and all that. That payday against Joshua, because I don't think he made more money by fighting Fury than he would have with Joshua when they were both undefeated, right?
Yep.
If I'm correct, I don't know.
No, 50,000. Add another
$50,000. Yeah, $500.
6 zeros to that.
Yeah, I had a couple more zeros, man. By the way,
you give me 5,000, I'll square off with anybody.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I'd like to see? Yeah. Hey, do you know what I'd like to see? Right, this is how I would. That's how I'd do. I'd like to see Joshua fight Wilder, right? First,
yeah,
and then the winner of that fights Fury, because and then you can, because obviously there's talk about a third fight for Wilder. Right now, Wilder's got no business being in a third fight. I don't want to see it again. I told you that before the fight. If we don't know who the best man is after 24 rounds or 2 fights, then we never will know. So for me, I think Wilder should fight Joshua, because I still think it's a big fight. And look, Wilder has a better chance against Joshua, because Joshua's a lot more, he's flat-footed for a start. And when people hang around too long with their feet flat against Wilder on the canvas, then before you know it, he's landing the right hand on you, sort of thing. You've got to be on your toes, and you've got to be feinting. And Joshua don't really do any of that. So
why would he want to fight him if he got no belts no more, though?
Yeah,
but no is Pulev, but no is Takam and these people, but he fought them.
No, but Pulev, he has to fight Pulev.
Yeah,
in
I
this
know
fight.
that, but Povetkin, he didn't have to fight Povetkin and tack him and everything. He didn't have to fight Andy Ruiz. And what belt did Andy Ruiz have? I know it was a late substitute, but still, Jared Miller before that. What belt did Jared Miller have? Let's not talk about belts. Come on, man.
Risk reward.
Stop
Risk
defending
reward.
Joshua, man.
Ain't nobody talking about belts. It's just that what right now is
okay. He
Tyson
can take the
Fury-
fight, but he's
Tyson-
not gonna get no near like the money that he's gonna demand.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
look, yeah, that's my point. I don't care about what they get money wise. I just want the fight.
But
I just think it'd be
what
a
Wilder
fight.
does, if he may totally face a rich man now, but if he ever expects to like fatten up his bank account for his family, and career defining money, that's the rematch he needs to take.
That'd be the best
Fury
fight.
one.
That'd be the best fight for Wilder, because let's be real. If Fury goes in there and whoops Joshua, right, then who's going to be calling for Wilder and Joshua, the leftovers of Tyson Fury? No one's going to be calling for it. While it's still relevant, look, Wilder's his pride's hurt, his fans' pride's hurt at the moment, but Wilder still has a chance against Joshua because Joshua is not elusive like Fury, and for a start, he's very vulnerable around the whiskers. If Wilder lands a clean shot, Wilder can't be coming in at 230 ever again. I mean, it's ridiculous. I told you from the start. That is the wrong side.
That's what I was getting to, because Joshua got to fight Pulev, and then Tyson Fury is free. Either he fights Dillian White or whoever he wants to fight, and then after Pulev finishes that, because I believe he might get stripped from one of his belts, and then it goes to Usyk. Whoever wins that fight, and then he can either go with Wilder to prove that after Pulev, he could go for Wilder. That's a big money fight for Wilder. Then he can, if he defeats him, then that's when him and Tyson Fury fights.
They're gonna end up freezing Wilder out just because he was speaking all that game about doing that to them. And Top Rank is signing Big Baby Miller. They also got another Big Baby Miller dude. They're signing heavyweights because they're gonna do in-house fights.
Look, the reason I call for the Joshua Wilder fight now, while it's still got any sort of relevance, because if Joshua gets beat up by Fury, there's gonna be no one that's going to be calling for it. And like I said, they're going to lose so much money on it. I mean, the battle of fucking Fury's leftovers. That's what it'd be called.
I think AJ sparks Wilder out. I'm honest. I'm being honest with you.
Look. But on that performance last night, then yes, but don't tell me if Wilder don't land on Joshua, he's not sleeping.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He goes to sleep.
And if I were Al Heyman, fucking Lobito, if I were
That's
if I were Al
soundbite
Heyman,
right there,
I'd be
man.
chomping at the bit because I can get the 3 belts back and I have some negotiating
That's
power
it,
with the
Lobito.
PBC. But if I lose, that means my career is done. Aside from the Fury rematch, if Wilder loses to Joshua, what's he got?
Hey, Gonzalo, I think maybe there's an alien in your backyard or something because Lobito keeps barking. That's way too much barking for a normal Tom dog. Like in the movie Signs. You remember that in the Brazil where there's the alien that goes from one side of the alley to the other? Scary shit.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah, he goes off the rock.
Gonzalo's got a peeping Tom in his garden. Look at me.
Lobito. But I wanted to ask you guys. Well, I'm looking at the Twitter here. You guys can see. Let me put it up on the screen here. Already, people are looking at the biceps. Wilder's bicep. Something looked wrong, and apparently, that bicep he had surgery on it a long time ago. So that's nothing abnormal there. But you can see people are starting to grasp at straws, man. People are starting to grasp at straws.
The excuses keep coming.
Yeah, I don't think
everybody has. When you're an athlete and you're in your 30s, every athlete you meet is gonna have wear and tear on that body.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality of being an athlete. That's
and
it.
You know what?
I mean,
Recognize it's the same thing in the industry. Back in the 90s, I used to work in that, and people would do that. Like it's the same thing in the industry as it is in boxing. You have to rest in between performances. It's very important.
That's right.
That's right.
Didn't you have an injury? Didn't you say you had an injury to your balls?
The groin, not the balls, the groin. That's what took me out of the game. But anyway, was that
you out the game? I remember. Yeah.
Look,
She didn't properly
Wilder,
stretch.
right? Wilder showed me nothing that he was worried about an injury. He looked calm. He looked confident. He looked,
Dude, he got beat the
he
fuck
had
out
me
of from the
convinced for a
first
bit.
round. I
Look,
don't
man, that
understand that.
wasn't a man that was carrying an injury. No way.
Dude,
Hold on.
dude.
It's
If it's
just
from the
like
first
this.
round and it didn't get any better, every round it got worse. He beat the fuck out of him in every round. Every round he was hitting him with some hard shots, and you could see Wilder was not reacting well to him. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it was.
Look, hey, panel. I got a question for all of y'all. Did y'all remember when Shannon Briggs fought one of the Klitschko's and he tore his bicep and he was still fighting?
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good
Now
point.
let me ask you something. Did he tear his biceps in the fight or during the fight? I mean, in the fight or before the fight?
Yeah, in the fight. He did it in the fight.
Okay, so two things could have happened there. Okay, so he tore his bicep while he was fighting. He could say, "Look, I'm done. TKO victory for Vitaly, or keep going." I mean, that's it. That's the only option.
Exactly.
Everybody
And he
goes in
kept
there knowing. Everybody goes in there knowing what's at stake here. Everybody knows the rules. If I say, "Oh shit, my fucking, my stomach hurts and I gotta take a shit," like Roberto Duran, I have to quit. I have to basically say, "Look, I'm done." So these are all excuses. One guy came in there, and in this one, this is a big excuse because fucking Wilder didn't have a shot. Like, the only thing that impressed me was that Wilder could take, Wilder wanted to continue fighting, and I legitimately believe he did want to continue fighting. I don't think he quit like on his own, and he was pissed with his corner. But that's the only thing that impressed me. Fury showed that, look, he's levels above Wilder. Okay, he's not just like one level, but that level could be made up with one punch. Dude, he already saw the best of him. He saw the best in Wilder, and that was it. He knew from there on out, I got this fight. That's why he predicted a knockout. That's why when his father came out of prison and started getting, I guess, more involved with the training methods, or at least reminding Fury, like, dude, I didn't train you to fight the way you've been fighting. I trained you gotta fuck these dudes up. That's how you like Stu said.
Use your size.
Yeah, Stu said this, and he said, "Why give Wilder a chance? Why give any boxer a chance? Really? Okay, end it, get him out of there." And we saw today when he was committed and he came in to win. There was no playing around. There was nothing. There was nothing about Fury that you could take as a joke in that ring. He was pissed, and then he started having fun, and then that was it. It was over. It was over for Wilder. He didn't have a shot after that.
I don't know, man. I'm still a little bit. I think the vampirism thing. There's got to be something to it because Wilder did just not look normal in there. But
Wilder was his blood sacrifice. That's what that was about.
Oh, wait a minute. We need that caller again there, the Illuminati guy. By the way, SSB28 in the chat room says that if you go to Joshua's Twitter, Anthony Joshua, that is, they're ripping Wilder apart. Yeah, that to me is like when Wilder fans were ripping him apart when he lost to what's his name, Andy Ruiz. I mean, he didn't beat Wilder. I mean, for as much as you want to blame Wilder or Al Heyman for the fight not happening, Joshua never fought him either. So and those people that are ripping Wilder apart, let's not forget your guy Joshua, the G-string diva, can happen to him too. So I mean, you gotta stay humble, like your idol Joshua says. But tonight is Tyson Fury's night, man. I mean, this guy will fight anybody. He's not afraid, and I wouldn't mind seeing him against Dylan White. Finally, get Dylan.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
There's a video out that Tyson Fury or Instagram or something that Tyson Fury called AJ to tell him what's up or something like that. And then AJ said, "Hey man, so when are we going to fight?" And Tyson Fury said, "Be nice." And he said, "So that'll be what, 20 in 21?" And then he was talking to him, "Hey, I just only called to, say hi to you and wish your family well." And that was it. after that they hung up and stuff.
Where did you hear that?
Yeah. There's a video out, Instagram video that it was taped conversation between Tyson Fury and AJ.
I think I have it. Hold on, here it is.
Be fucking nice. Be nice.
All right, well,
Don't fuck up in here.
Be
Don't fuck
nice.
up in here.
Don't fuck up in here. All right. Listen, guys, it was one of those shows where legendary because of a legendary night itself. I just want to go back to the predictions here. Okay, so we had Bucho who said Fury TKOs Wilder in the 10th. Good for Bucho. Got it. Like I said, he never wavered. Got to give him that. Reganize picked the right guy, although not the right way, but nevertheless he picked the right guy. Fury by majority decision. Johnny Boy said Wilder by KO in the 8th. I wonder how he's going to spin this one because he's always talking about his perfect record and all that. So, yeah, we'll see now.
He did say because it's the same thing I said when you made me pick. I said Wilder 4th round knockout, and then I said, but my heart is at Fury. I want Fury to win, but you said no, you got to pick. So I picked Wilder 4th round knockout.
That's the second time you're blaming me for your misequivocations, man. That's not gonna happen a third time. Believe me.
It just can't happen.
I'm sorry. No. Stu
I can't do it.
Stu
You were pressuring me. Pressure.
Stop it. Stu picked Fury by stoppage in the 7th. We went through that. Gave him his props, and he took his props rather before we could give it to him. Gonzalo said Wilder 9th round KO. Gonzalo, what happened, man?
You failed.
Yeah, I got an F.
Oh, you can't, man. We can't always get him right. In fact, I said Wilder controversial stoppage. That was my pick. Wilder controversial stoppage. So I didn't get it either.
Whenever you give the results of somebody's pick, I'm gonna say if they got it wrong, I'm gonna say you failed.
We should get that soundbite from Animal House. 0.0.
0.0.
Tito and Toledo.
It's the fact the thing is that's how ignorant some boxing fans are. It's the fact that people would laugh at you when you come up with a prediction like that. But there's a reason I'm not just coming on here and just calling that around and hoping it happens. I've thought this over for a long time. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I'm getting the round right is a little bit of a guess, but I knew the outcome would happen like that. I told you, fighting styles. I've seen Tyson Fury take it to the trenches. He takes souls. I don't know why he don't do it more. Like Fury even said himself, the only time he's ever been dropped and hurt is when he's boxing on the back foot.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the sides coming, like I said, Sugar Hill, the Kronk. Jim made a difference to me because, like I said, I just think he's a bit more
They made him
exciting.
much more aggressive.
Much more aggressive. That's the word I was looking for, aggressive, and I like that in fighters.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Go ahead.
Read more results.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let me finish the results. And so I had the wrong prediction as well. Wilder controversial stoppage. I think I even wrote Wild
0.0.
Oh boy. Is that what's going to happen? Tito Toledo, Johnny Boy's best friend. They're besties now. He said, shit, how come I fucking lost it here? Tito Toledo said Fury, unanimous decision, so he picked the right guy. Mark, I think that's Mark Unrivaled, a.k.a. McGregor. He said Fury, 9th round technical stoppage, so he only got... Cha-ching. Revolucion said Wilder KO the 8th.
0.0.
Apology had Wilder in the 10th.
0.0.
Your best friend 100% X had Wilder winning in the 2nd round.
Stupid alert. Stupid alert.
Come on.
Stupid alert. Stupid alert.
Failed.
Yeah.
You don't mean any disrespect, Henry. Are you nuts? He's just kid a little fucking manners.
All right. Hold on a second. Who else we have here? Virtuoso picked Wilder in the 7th.
0.0. Stupid.
Michael Stott picked Fury in the 4th round. Remember, he said Wilder was gonna quit, and he looked like he looked like he wanted to quit in there a little bit in between rounds. I was surprised he didn't. So credit to Wilder and credit to Michael Stott.
I've never seen anything in Deontay Wilder that shows me a man that's a quitter. He would have gone on his stall tonight. He would have gone out on his sword.
He would have died today.
He'd have gone out. Yeah, he'd have gone out on his sword. And look, I'll never ever say that about Deontay Wilder. He hasn't got a good heart. You know, I didn't think when I said he was going to fall to pieces, I didn't mean like his will to win, and I meant his game plan, his tactics, his technique. You know, and like I said, when Wilder panics, he's very jitterish, and when things are not at a slow pace and not going his way, he just like falls to pieces. I've seen it so many times, and that's why it didn't surprise me. Like I said, he panics, and then once he panics, there's no thinking behind his work.
That's true. That's true. And by the way, we got a whole bunch of people watching. Fucking hit the like button, subscribe, guys.
Yeah, hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Don't be scared.
Sure, we break some balls here tonight.
All right. Now listen. Who else was here?
Boy, super chat.
SSB28 said Fury majority decision. So shout out to SSB who had that.
He's on my. He picked the same thing I did. So chiching. I gotta give you a small chiching. Chiching.
Un chichinguito. That's just not a big chiching.
Un chichito.
That's gonna be the new bit when we turn the BDA Boxing Arena into the Bodega Debate Arena. Who else we? Oh, somebody's subscribing. All right. Jimmy said Fury 4th round stoppage.
Chiching.
Go, Jimmy.
We gotta give a shout out to Jimmy, man.
But the ultimate chiching.
Hey Jimmy, what's right is right.
What's that?
The ultimate chiching goes to the man, Stu.
That's
100, 100 points. 100. Go ahead.
Hey Jimmy, what's right is right.
That's for Jimmy, not for Stu. That's for Jimmy. That's for Jimmy.
No, I mean the kids over here, we're hugging and kissing over here, and 2 minutes later he's acting like a fucking jerk.
No. You insulted him a little bit. You got a little out of order yourself.
Now listen.
Insulted him a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Who else did we have? Jackson said Wilder by 10th round stoppage. Bucho said, of course, Fury
0.0.
Bucho said Fury TKO. We already know that. So that's about Mo, the guy, the British guy with the Australian accent, who I think belongs to Interpol, or he's trying to get information on us or something. Said Fury 9th round stoppage, like Bucho.
Chiching.
Chichingon. That's a chichingon right there. Chichingon. And yeah, well, that's about it. Listen, that's fucking. Some people got a lot of predictions right. Most people were picking Wilder by knockout. I definitely thought there was going to be a weird stoppage.
Oh, what was Vinnie Mac's? What was Vinnie Mac's prediction?
Vinnie Mac. Wilder 7th round.
The opposite way. You failed.
You failed. You're going to hell.
You guys got to be nice here. Come on.
Vinnie Mac, if you're listening, I warned you. Get your wallet ready. That's all I said to you. Just get your wallet ready.
What's the famous phrase? Recognize
on a Sunday morning.
Oh, whoa! Come on, no. I thank God I put up a sound over that because that's not. No.
Fucking nauseating.
Yeah, that type of behavior.
Just can't be tolerated.
Fucking nauseating. Fat piece of shit. Fat piece of shit. I guess the turd doesn't fall far from the faggot's ass.
Oh, no, wait a minute. See, now that's too... Who's playing those sounds, man? Who's playing those sounds? That's too much, man. Oh, by the way, yeah, it is Sunday morning here. It's 3:45 a.m. where I'm at.
Yeah, man. It's Sunday morning here.
Yeah, fucking well. I've just had my toast and my fucking tea while I've been talking on here. It's like early morning here. I mean, I'm gonna have a shower in Wilder fangirls' tears in a bit.
Oh, come on. Be nice, man. Come on.
For me, it's 5:00 in the afternoon on Sunday.
Hey, Stu.
Jeez.
You can say they cry you a river. Cry me a river.
No, but a white boy sang that, so I can't sing that.
Wait, what? By the way, what you got some cheese and toast, you said, or just toast? Or what do you call it over there? Hey, by the way, this is what
if 78 was gonna pull out his gun and shoot somebody.
Oh, jeez.
When Lomachenko made Rigo kill, Rigo quit. I wonder if he's planning a mass shooting.
He's gonna go Allahu Akbar on people, man.
He's gonna fucking open up on
They recognize X right now needs to go to sleep, and he's gonna be dreaming of stealing an old lady's purse.
Oh man, poor X. My man X is suffering right now.
By the way, this is some of the fine British cuisine that Stu is probably enjoying right now. We got some steak and kidney pudding, some black pudding, some kippers, livers and onion, haggis, some faggots.
Deontay Wilder is gonna be eating some haggis.
Some haggis, yeah. Well, Tyson Fury already got his feeding done. He fed on Wilder's. What's that?
No, I'll just say he won't be eating anything with that bust up mouth of his.
Oh, come on. No, but Tyson Fury, the
Well, he
vampire.
won't be. Come on, look, his mouth was bust up. You know, when you've got a cut like that.
How dare you?
Black pudding is the last thing you want to be eating.
How dare you? How dare you?
Listen, the point is,
is it me or Tyson Fury was hitting harder? Oh wait, Wilder wasn't landing. I forgot.
Oh, come on! Now wait a minute.
Wait your ass up.
I mean, we're loving this, aren't we? Too much.
I'm not, man. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay humble here.
Y'all ready for this? We just getting started, honey.
Yeah, it's just.
Boy,
you think we're?
In this tank, man.
Like I said, it's only February.
Yeah, it's only
February. Just say that.
I don't think Deontay Wilder can. Honestly, I don't think he can beat out of Wilder.
Whoa!
I think. So wait. What Gonzalo is saying is that he doesn't even think Wilder is a match for Wallin, because at least Wallin put damage on.
Lalin or Wallin?
Fury.
Wilder beats them sort of fighters all day, flat footed.
Oh yeah, of course.
He walk forward, square on. He'll punch through Wallen's guard, and that'll be all she
punch
right.
through Wallen's face.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems. It seems like you're.
Walk or hurt, Carlito.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying Lalin instead of Wallin. That every time you said Wallin, it sounds like Lalin. I thought you were doing 20 years.
Lalin.
I thought you were doing 20 years.
The whole defense, he did have the defenses. They were saying 11 now, I think. Jimmy Lennon, they put that to rest, and he seemed kind of humble when he said, "Oh, even like the greats have lost before." But nah, man, just like the 2 or 2, he's kind of like overrated. To tell you the truth.
I like what Wilder said though in the end, and I told all these Wilder fans, ain't nowhere your boy going undefeated. You can keep feeding him bums as many as you want. One of them is going to time him right, and they're going to eventually knock him out. Okay,
I
no
don't
way.
give a shit.
But,
I don't give a shit.
That's great.
That's a soundbite. That's a soundbite. I won't be telling you that.
No. It's funny as hell. I know he played it earlier.
Little fucking trolls.
I was going to say, man.
Little fucking trolls. Little fucking trolls.
So he said something that I agree with, and I liked. You know, he said, "Look, the greats have lost fights." He's right. The great fighters have lost fights because when you fight people, that's what happens when you fight guys that are at your level. One of them is going to beat you up one day, and that's what happened with him. The only problem with him is that he's got to do a big change around, because I've already seen 19 rounds of them, and Fury is the obvious way better fighter.
Look, that performance last night. Look, Joshua couldn't beat any of the Brits. They'd all go through him on that performance. I mean, I'd fancy even Dillian White to fucking do him. You know, the Bar and all the young guys. I mean, let's be real. I'd pick Wilder usually to beat them sort of guys. But by that performance last night, I mean, maybe Fury was that good. He made him look terrible, but he was terrible tonight, man. I thought he was dreadful in the first fight, to be honest with you, and he was even worse in this one. I had a feeling he would be, especially when I see him on the scales. You know,
I feel sorry for Mark Breland, because when Mark Breland fought, he jabbed the shit out of you and hit you with that right hand down the pipe, and it's sad to see that Deontay Wilder didn't want to learn. And I guarantee you that, you know, Breland had his back, because he saved him in this fight.
Yeah, I said that earlier, bro. I mean, what Mark Breland did.
Yeah, it's sad.
Mark Breland just basically he saved Deontay Wilder big time there, and the reward he'll get for it is his sacking in the morning. Let's just say that.
Yeah. You know, and
Which
you know,
is
right before Fury stopped Wilder or the corner threw in the towel, Wilder, in a desperate attempt, just threw that like kind of like a point jab and that overhand right. At that point, Wilder, what are you thinking about? I mean, I know he's badly beat up. I understand it. So he's not really thinking that much. But it goes to show you in his last effort to like just try to make something happen.
Yeah.
He's so predictable that
Yeah.
Wilder saw that he hit air. That's all he hit was air.
David Hay was saying, obviously we had the British commentary. David Hay was saying that this fight was done after 2 rounds. He said Wilder there's no way back for him after 2 rounds. He could see that's how bad Wilder looked. That's how dominant Fury was. But you could see, you just know when a fighter's got nothing in him. When he's not going to have a good night. You could tell the tank was going very fast. Like I said, it would. It was like an 8-liter guzzler. Fucking, he was like an 8-liter guzzler in there, innit? Do about a couple of miles and you got to refill again. Just the tank was just completely emptied. His speed, like I said, you take a bit of speed off Wilder, you're just basically making him a very, very average fighter. Because the right hand is his only weapon, and he needs the speed and he needs to be light on his toes to be landing that 20 stone. I mean, that guy earlier from Serbia wouldn't have it when I told him this. Wilder's going to be a lot stronger. He'll carry that weight better. And Fury's too big. When every time, it didn't work like that. Fury held that weight comfortably. I've said Fury looks the same. Fury looks the same no matter what weight he is. He fights the same. Wilder is a fine-tuned athlete. They've got to be perfect. If there's something wrong, then you see what happens. I mean, like I said, the weight's not right. The camp's, if he's not eating properly, you see what happens.
I also think it's just like a learning experience. Like many channels has said that Fury was never going to be the same fighter that he was before, because after the 3-year hiatus and him doing all those drugs, that he was like damaged. I don't necessarily believe that, because he's bounced back fine, and it takes more than just partying for like a year to a couple years. It takes longer. Maybe those effects will catch up to you when you're older, but I mean, he's still got a good career if he decides to stay in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't want to quit. Now they turned in his performance. Yeah, go ahead.
People think just because you went through that and put your body through that at a young age that you're not. Fury, we all know Fury got a mentality that he bounces back. He already proved it in the first one, and he even proved it emphatically now because he saw what he had to change and he did the right move. So for those people that said, oh, he should have kept Davis and this and that, well, see what happens.
Oh, and I forgot he's with the WWE. Yeah, he's got the WE belt. He's propelled himself into a superstar now.
Did you guys talk about the fact that Wilder got ragdolled in there against Fury? What would have happened had it been somebody like Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who's another dude that heavily outweighs everybody else? What do you guys think?
Yeah, that would have been, well, Big Baby Miller in his fights, the way he fight, yeah, he would have gave Wilder problems.
That's true, but at the same time, there's a lot of unknowns because he was taking that triple combination of drugs that could be responsible for giving him that engine. We don't know if a Fat Baby Miller without an engine because of the drugs is even effective at all.
Cheeseburger Miller.
Yeah, I like how you just casually called him Fat Baby Miller. Fat Baby Miller. No, but it's true, Gonzalo. I mean, we don't. That's the thing, though. I mean, you have to assume.
I don't like. I don't like the fact that people have. You're sort of taking away how good Tyson Fury is by saying these guys like Miller and everyone else have beat him. You know,
no, I didn't say that. I asked a question. I just asked a question. I didn't say he.
No, I'm not on about you. I'm on about people in general. I'm just saying. I think when you start saying, "Well, he couldn't beat this guy now, he couldn't beat that guy," I think you sort of take away sort of the credit from Tyson. I know I just said it about because I believe styles make fights, and I think that I still think Wilder would probably beat Dillian White because I think he'd catch him because Dillian White's terrible defensive himself. But when a guy like when a guy like Dillian White, he throws a lot of shots, he puts pressure on you, he makes you work, and I just think that's everything that Wilder hates. So that's why. But I don't think Wilder's is. Look, he had a bad night at the office, but to be starting to say everyone beats him, I mean, just taking away the credit from Fury.
Not everybody beats him. No. Look, Tyson Fury showed the plan in the first fight. He just needed to execute on putting the pressure on him. Before, when he was fighting on the back foot on the first fight, he knew himself. He said, "Yo, I could have probably hit him with this thing," and that's why he had the confidence, and then he changed his ability, or should I say his attitude, when he went and got the Crump style fighting, because they don't believe, and it's not just only because of the Crump, because it's actually Tyson Fury that, with his ability, his God-given ability, his train of thought, and his fighting ability, that he recognized, yo, I could whoop this guy's ass and make it that much easier if I put the pressure on him and put my power on him. The thing is, though, he already thought that my power is pillow fist. Look,
the thing is, though, if me and Butcho could see that was the way to beat Wilder, I think it might have been you as well that picked him. If we could see that, right, then obviously Tyson Fury can see it. Look, the more I watched Ben Davison's corner work in the first fight, the worse it gets on me. Every time I watch it, it just gets worse watching it. I mean, I'm finding extra things that he did wrong. Look, Tyson Fury's talent alone got him through that fight. There was no Ben Davison game plan. Look, it was a terrible game plan. Like I said, Fury could have made a lot easier work if he'd just gone to the Kronk gym in the first place instead of.
He strikes me as the type of dude, Stu, that Ben Davison, that I think he was kind of wishing that Tyson Fury lost, just kind of like
be the missing link,
hating the kind of like Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Gladiator. Joaquin Phoenix, that shady attitude. Yeah.
He's such a narcissist. Like he's a narcissist. He was sitting. If Tyson gets beat, then everyone's going to say he should have stayed with Ben. The Ben Davison game plan would have worked. That's what he was waiting. He was waiting for that. But let's be real. That's out the window. He's never looked so good and dominant. Yeah. If Davison was in that corner, Tyson Fury got knocked out tonight. I'm telling you, even though it's bad, Wilder was tonight. He'd have got knocked out.
Tyson Fury's father was pissed off at Ben Davis because he was probably telling him, when he told him, yo, why the fuck, my son, you ain't telling him to put the pressure on this dude on the first fight. That maybe that was the whole thing. But I give Ben Davis props on being able to bring back his friend. If he is a friend, like they both said that they both still have friendship. And he's the best friend. But, I give him that prop. He brought Tyson Fury back and gave him the friendship to say, yo, man, you can do this, bro. You the best. Look what you proved before, So in that aspect, you could say he did kind of help him morally.
Yeah, but fucking his wife Paris could have done. Look, maybe patting him on the back. That's all it was. Look, look, he did it. He did his job. He's a PE instructor, fitness instructor. So he did his job.
Maybe Andy Ruiz should hire him.
Yeah, he got Tyson in shape. Maybe should, but he got Tyson in shape. He did his job. The guy clearly knows boxing. There's no doubt in that. I'm not saying just the experience just weren't there. He come out with a game plan to make him look good. It was all about making Ben Davison look good, and it nearly cost Fury his fucking life on the night. Never mind the fight. Yeah. So
And now that you guys are mentioning trainers, and I said Andy Ruiz, props to Manny Robles for getting that win with Charles Martin. He might face a world. He might have a fighter facing for a world title again. Because Andy Ruiz threw him under the bus.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Hey, listen there.
Right. Charles Martin's coach is Robles.
a good fighter will find himself. I mean, a good trainer will find himself a good fighter at some point, especially if they're willing to work on things. Even though, see, that's again Charles Martin. A lot of people are making fun of him after he got blasted out by Fury. I mean, by Joshua, but he's coming back and showing that he can at least be maybe a good contender. So you never know, man.
Even Andre Ward was talking junk about him because he said that, he asked Charles Martin, he asked him that, oh, I've been in the gym. He said, yeah, I've been working out. He said, how are you going to, and he was saying this during the fight. He said, how he looks like he's working out. Look at this, asking Lennox Lewis this. He was like, how's he? He said, I spoke to him and, I'm like, that sounds like hate.
Yeah, but Washington's got about as fucking much resistance as a fucking sheet of carbon fiber. Not carbon fiber, fucking. What is it called? Oh, I'm fucking too tired now. But at the end of the day, look, the guy's got no resistance, man. The guy, he just, as soon as he gets hit, he wants out. And look, he got hit with a big shot, but that was an atrocious fight. It really was.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's his night, though.
Fiberglass. That's what it is. It's a fucking plate of fiberglass.
I didn't like that quick stoppage that Tony Weeks did, though.
Oh yeah, that was a little bit. That was a. But listen, heavyweights, you never know. They don't want to see somebody fucking dying there. But look, guys, it's been about 7 hours total we've been on here. I think
I've got nothing left, mate. I'm ready to go to bed now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm. It's starting to hit me that the first wave, the second wave, that second wind is gone. But listen, hey.
Yeah, mine too.
Legendary night. I was glad to share with you guys here with the post fight. Fantastic. I think we kept it classy, despite all the fucking dick jokes and the sound bites. I really do think we kept it. I once again we showed that we can be nice about this type of things. We're not laughing necessarily at anybody or whatever. But again,
and we didn't destroy Deontay Wilder like all these idiots think that we did. No, we just was giving our opinions.
I got a question for you.
We had an average of 400, at least an average of 400 at least today on the show. So it's a big fight when those sort of numbers are coming into your podcast. So yeah, it was, as I said, good for boxing.
Absolutely.
Good for boxing all round. I think Fury winning was the best result for boxing as well. I know some of you Wilder fangirls are not going to accept that, but the win for Fury just opened up boxing a bit. The Joshua fight's a lot easier to make now, and like I said, we can get one king of the division. That's what we want. And like Wilder's days of holding that belt hostage and ducking mandatories, like I said, making Dillian White wait all that time. Dillian White ain't waiting for no one anymore because you can't make him wait. If anything, you're behind Dillian White now in the pecking order for that WBC belt. Because for me, Wilder does not deserve a rematch after that. He got his ass totally whooped.
Hey, listen, before we go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to BDA Live or secondary channel, and check out the Second Renaissance, where we're probably going to come back one of these days with the Second Renaissance, one of these days real soon. Butch is probably going to do a show maybe too. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing maybe he's going to want to keep talking about this because he didn't really say a lot about this fight. He was too, he was close to getting into fistfights with people at the bar, apparently at the sports bar. So he's probably sleeping enough now. He'll probably come back tomorrow, have a couple of, or today rather, because it's already 23rd.
Look, I can guarantee you, all you listeners now, I can guarantee Butcho is going to do 2 shows a fucking day for about 2 weeks. So you're gonna have plenty of content. Butcho's he's biting at the bit anyway. So
yeah. What I'm wondering, what Deontay Wilder's gonna do with that horrible, maybe homosexual Decepticon suit that he was wearing, that probably cost him thousands of dollars. Is he gonna shelf it or is he put it on eBay?
60 fucking grand that thing cost. I'll tell you what he reminded me of. Who's that fat guy in Running Man? You know, that had all lights on him.
Oh yeah.
The actor in Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I forgot.
But the guy. Can you remember? He thought that guy that was all lit up. He had the car, didn't he? He was all lit up with lights, looked like a fucking Christmas tree, didn't he? That's what Wilder looked like. And let's be real.
You're not gonna want to keep it because it's gonna remind you when you got.
Well, no, yeah, because Fury soon turned the lights off that suit, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? So,
can you see
£60,000 that cost? 60 grand. Fucks.
I sent them I sent BDA some pictures of the fight.
Oh yeah. It's on the Discord. But I don't know how to put them. Fuck, hold on. Nah, fuck. I'm too tired to figure out how to do this fucking Discord thing. But well, I'll try to get
Dynamo, Johnny in the chat. Dynamo, that's the one. Yeah, my man seen running man. Dynamo, yeah.
All right, listen, guys. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Everybody in the panel too, man. I mean, Gonzalo, Stu, G Boogie, recognize. Recognize the Magic G. I'm losing it here. Butch, obviously, you guys are the best. You make this show highly entertaining, and it's good to have these type of nights here with you guys, talking boxing and getting everybody's opinions. Just essentially having a good time. That's the spirit of this show. So thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna buy that Wilder suit. I'm gonna see if he puts it on eBay, and I'm gonna wear it on the house like Buffalo Bill. Like Buffalo Bill, I'm gonna tuck my junk in, and I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror. All right, listen, fellas.
Give it a Bucho and have it go back to the bar. Dress it.
That's fucking Gonzalo. All right, listen, guys. Again, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Everybody in the chat room, really, thank you for being on. Everybody that was listening. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the boxing fight itself. That's the most important thing as well. And I want to thank everybody who donated too. Durden Boxing, Endgame, Santos Romo, Mr. E, Bay Area Boxing, Diego Bandido, Luis Ortiz, Bay Area Boxing a whole bunch of times again, Sakib Rafiq, Durden Boxing again, Luis Ortiz. Man, some of you guys are going to be competing for the donor of the year of the month contest. The Killer 911, Medardo Garcia, and there was another person, another last donor, but I can't go back far enough. Hold on a second. Yeah, I can't see it. But anyway, guys, thank you. Who was it, man? I think it was Foul Pole Boxing. I think it might have been Foul Pole Boxing. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. Might be seeing you in the near future in a couple of days, maybe one day. I'm not sure. But thank you for joining us. Want to thank Stu also. I know it's late over there, so thank you for staying in. G Boogie, Gonzalo, recognize. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for being on. And we'll catch you on the next one, folks. Stay classy, stay comfy out there. Take it easy.